Good Tuesday evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Livingston Academy, the site of our District 7 AAA doubleheader between Livingston and Upperman. I'm Noah McCown, the call here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Thrilled to be joined by my friend Jeremy Tollison, the lovely Madison McKay producing things for us this evening. We're moments away from tip-off in the first half of our doubleheader, a marquee girls matchup between the visiting Upperman Lady Bees and the hosting Livingston Lady Wildcats. And let's get right to it. The tee-up starting lineups tonight. First for the Upperman Lady Bees and our head coach Dana McWilliams with a record of 21 victories and 4 losses. They are 5-1 in District 7 AAA. Number 11, Sadie South. Number 12, Taylor Delenti. Number 22, Gracie Butler. Number 23, Maggie Butler. And number 41, Ava Mae Allen. For the Livingston Academy Lady Wildcats and her head coach Leslie Riddle with a record of 14 victories, 9 losses. They are 2-4 in District 7 AAA. Number 1, Mally Carwile. Number 2, Cora Copeland. Number 10, Emma Poston. Number 20, Chloe Jenkins. And number 24, the Miss Basketball candidate, Ellie Butler. Jeremy, anytime these two teams get together, it promises to be a good one, especially led by these two head coaches. Livingston desperate for a victory tonight to try and keep their hopes of staying above that 4-5 must-win matchup to open the district tournament. Upperman trying to stay just one game back of White County with still a matchup to come against the Warriorettes next week. A lot on the line, as always, when Hogeye and Baxter get together.
Yeah, this is one of the premier rivalries, premier matchups of the entire season. Last year, I actually refereed this game at Livingston, and even as an official, you get a game of this magnitude on your schedule. You get butterflies just like these players, this crowd. This is going to be fun. Different view from up here. I'm not going to get yelled at tonight.
Yes, you will.
Okay,
just
that's
in the
fair.
comment section.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Upperman in the road gold jerseys and shorts. Livingston the home white jerseys, white shorts with blue trim. A lot on the line in this one. If it's anything like the first meeting a couple of weeks ago in Baxter, we're in for a good one. That one a 51-45 victory for the Lady Bees, but Livingston led by 19 points early in the third quarter of that game. It's going to be Copeland against Gracie Butler in the circle once we're ready for action, and the lead official says that we are. Walks in, throws it up. Let's get it on in Hogeye country. The tip is going to be one back to Ellie Butler, and Livingston possesses to open up the game. Today's broadcast presented by our friends at Gentry's Power Equipment and the Overton County Farm Bureau, as Cora Copeland had a good game the first matchup. That time lowers the shoulder into the chest of Gracie Butler, who takes the charge, and a quick foul goes on Cora Copeland.
Yeah, and again, you open up the game with an offensive foul, and this crew, we may see a lot of offensive fouls tonight.
Ava Mae Allen has it. It's ironic. Typically, Gracie Butler, the one committing the charges, as she drives the lane. That time she takes it. Interesting look here for Livingston. They start man-to-man. Both of these two teams have such good zones. We'll see him at some point as Delenti's free off a screen. Short arms it, no. Rebound tipped. Copeland eventually wins it. And now Emma Poston will bring it across the timeline here for Livingston. Goes over to Copeland left side. Ellie Butler being shadowed by Ava Mae Allen, who always picks up the other team's number one option. Now inside, we've got a tie-up and simultaneous possession. The arrow belongs to the Lady Bees.
Yeah, Livingston lucky that maybe not a travel called on that play.
The Hogeye fans wanted a foul. The Upperman fans wanted a travel. Neither one of them get what they want. It's a jump, and we go the other way.
Somewhere in the middle.
As Allen finds Sadie South. She hit 6 threes in the first matchup, came alive in the second half. Also, Auburn Johnson in that game was the difference. Now we have a whistle and a block and 2 freebies coming for Maggie Butler at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. And who's this one? It's going to go on Mally Carwile. That's her first, team second. Let us know in the comments who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Keep it respectful as these two rivals go at it tonight. First one, no good. Another area, as we look back on that first game, Upperman was abysmal at the line in the first 3 quarters. At one point, they were 3 of 12 at the charity stripe as LA opened that huge lead. They start 0 for 2, but Gracie Butler gets the rebound off her Twins free throw, misses the putback, and we are scoreless 1 minute and 10 seconds in. Ahead, Mally Carwile. She gives off a post-in. No swinging around for Copeland. Now Ellie Butler gets into the action for the first time. Butler surveys the floor, fires for Poston. Now Poston finds Butler. Allen stays with her stride for stride. Gets a nice screen. Butler to her spot in the mid-range. Rises up and finishes the 2.
Speaking of their previous matchup, these two coaches are 2 of the very best at quarter-to-quarter and game-to-game adjustments.
Wide open. Taylor Delenti passes up the tray. Instead drives and is fouled. And this is going to go on Emma Poston. So 3 different Lady Wildcats have been charged with a personal And Taylor Delenti will go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2. The 2 leading scorers for their respective squads trying to get involved early on as Delenti finishes the first. Taylor Delenti also the leading free throw shooter on the team. And she sends 2 through the nylon. We're all knotted up at 2. Buckle up. This one's going to be a good one. Mentioned this is desperation time for Livingston Academy as they fall in 2 straight games against Sparta and Cumberland County. They've now been swept by the Lady Jets as there's an errant pass, and it goes right into the waiting arms of Gracie Butler. Butler into the half court. Now surveys the floor and flips back to Taylor Delenti. A little bit bobbled exchange there, but Delenti repossesses. Now she finds Ava May Allen open. She checks back towards the 31-year vet, Dana McWilliams, on the sideline in Baxter. Now Maggie Butler hands off to Gracie. Gracie around the world, starts to drive, works around Carwile, throws up the shot, and is fouled. And Livingston's going to find themselves in some early foul trouble as Cora Copeland picks up her second, and that forces Coach Leslie Riddle to the bench. And we're going to see Mila Daly for the first time after the first free throw.
Yeah, I mean, one more foul, and Upperman's going to be shooting free throws for the next 5 minutes and 44 seconds. They've got to make an adjust to how the game's being called because they are protecting the shooters up to this point.
First one through for Gracie Butler. Daly checks in, as I mentioned. Copeland forced out to the bench. And it's 2 for 2 for Butler. Upperman has its first lead as it's 4-2. Now Upperman into their vaulted full-court press as they try to force some turnovers. Mally Carwile, though, able to break it across the timeline. She's going coast to coast. Nice step through, and Carwile off the glass for 2.
Really good stutter step move by Carwile there to make a move to the basket.
3 games across our network tonight over on the main page. Pickett County hosts Red Bowling Springs. And then on UCR2, Cookeville and Laverne. Tim Scruggs, Jack Bolden on the call in Byrdstown. Jacob Benson in Cookeville tonight as Gracie Butler steps around over her head, maybe traveled. Instead, it's a miss. Now Mila Daly has the board, and Livingston in a tie game will push it ahead. Posting over to Daly. Daly now sends left side. We've got a whistle and a foul away from the ball. Down low. Butler and Allen in the area. I didn't see it. And it's going to go on Ava May Allen for a push. First foul of the game called against the Lady Bees as Ella Harrell will check in. BCAP Player of the Week a couple of weeks ago. Her and Maggie Butler playing about even minutes right now, each providing something different for their team as Carwile gets the inbound. Haven't seen Ellie Butler touch it very much early on as Poston has it. And part of that's because 41's right in her hip the entire way across the floor. Now Butler does have it. The senior leader, Butler, puts it on the deck, gets another stiff screen, steps through, Butler off the glass for 2. Ellie Butler with 4 points early in the game. Livingston goes in front by a pair. Ava May Allen right side to south, back to Allen. Livingston is into their 2-3. Flip pass intended for Harrell, swatted away by the long arms of Chloe Jenkins. Here comes Butler, jump stop, pull up, good. Timeout time for Dana McWilliams as Ellie Butler's feeling it early on. 6 points for the senior, and it's 8-4 Lady Wildcats on their home floor.
One thing I've learned about a Leslie Riddle coach team is they just don't lose their composure. She is the calmest, coolest coach around, and no matter big lead, big deficit, no matter what's going on, she just always seems to kind of just hang in there, be calm, and I think her team kind of reacts to that.
It was a fast start for Livingston in the first meeting. Upperman really shot terribly the first 3 quarters of the game. They came alive late, able to escape with a win. Livingston would love a deja vu of the first couple of quarters. They have that early as it's 8-4. And out of the timeout, Cora Bass is into the game for the first time. Now Delenti has it. Taylor Delenti back to Bass. A senior point guard, Cora Bass, finds a sophomore, Sadie South. Doing a nice job shielding Ella Harrell. They did that in the first meeting as well. Really better than anybody in the district has. Mila Daly face guarding and then help from behind. Now they will get it into Harrell. The double arrives, but it's too late. Delenti with the assist on the Ella Harrell, too, and she's become a real weapon for the Lady Bees off the bench. And now we'll see if Ellie Butler can touch the basketball again. Every possession she's had it, she scored. Now posted instead, can't pass up that look, and finishes the easy 2 in transition. Good start for LA offensively as they have a 4-point advantage. South finds Gracie Butler. This is a Livingston team. Not only did they lead over Upperman at halftime, they led over Sparta at halftime. They've been very close. Despite their 4 district losses, they have not been blown out in district play. They're hoping to get over the hump here tonight. But they've been in it. Now a flip pass intended for Harrell, tipped on the double team, and it's another turnover as they're trying to force speed inside. Now Posted in transitions. She carried it. Went for the little hezzy, hand went under the ball, and possession back to Upperman.
The Livingston record, again, just shows you the balance and just how big of a gauntlet this region is in ladies basketball and has been for years.
Yeah, 7 AAA, the top of the top in the state of Tennessee, really in any classification. And now Cora Bass bobbled it on the tip by Mally Carwile, repossesses, back to Taylor Delenti. Flashing in Gracie Butler. Little collision we play on. South finds Delenti. Power dribble now left side for Bass. Bass back to Delenti. Now into Gracie Butler. Butler with a lane. Throws up the shot. That's a tough finish for the junior Gracie Butler.
Really good defense. Really good finish. Both players.
Now trying to break the presses, Livingston. Daly has it in the backcourt. Finds Carwile. Now they'll fire it ahead. Little tic-tac-toe for Poston. Nice shot fake, but then it's blocked. Ellie Butler with the putback and one. Ellie Butler with 8 points early on. Ella Harrell commits her first, and Butler going to the Livingston Regional Hospital free throw line to try and complete a 3-point play. Maggie Butler to the table, checking in for Ella Harrell. 2:27 to go in the opening quarter. It's been the Ellie Butler show so far. Sets up, flies it away, no good, and now she fought for it, got her own rebound from her knees, couldn't finish, the putback foul, and another and one. The first free throw didn't go. Butler shot it off her knees, and Chloe Jenkins got the putback to go through and is going to the line. To the Livingston Regional Hospital free throw line. Maggie Butler picked up her first, and how about that possession for Livingston? A 5-point possession, and that gives them a 7-point lead. 2:16 to go in the first quarter. Bass picks up the dribble, back for Delenti. Upperman out of sorts right now. Again, deja vu to the first matchup with the Lady Wildcats. Left side South. Nothing for Sadie South so far. Haven't got her free for a 3. Bass to Maggie Butler out of the corner. 4-3, no. But the rebound grabbed by Cora Bass. Leads the team in offensive boards. Gracie Butler wide open for 3. No. Another rebound punched out. This time Maggie Butler has it. Lady Bees crashing the board. South drives and now flips it right to the waiting arms of Ellie Butler. In transition, Butler doesn't have numbers. Doesn't matter as she steps back. Now fires out for Poston. Poston hit a couple of threes in the first meeting. Now resets. 3 chances for the Lady Bees. It ultimately ends with a turnover. Upperman into their 2-3 zone. Butler surveys, finds Carwile from the volleyball line. No, rebounded by Maggie Butler. And now Taylor Delenti will push it, looking for an answer. Pass that, looking for South. Read the whole way by Mally Carwile. And now a foul for South as she came in looking to block the pass and connected. That's the 4th team foul on the Lady Bees. And literally, Jeremy, the exact same as the first meeting that we saw in Baxter with the start for Livingston.
And you commented a few minutes ago how desperate Livingston is to try to get a little momentum and find a basket, and then the script has completely flipped the other way, and now Coach McWilliams needs to get this Upperman offense under control, and they need to put the ball in the basket.
In the first meeting, it was 13-5 Livingston at the end of the first quarter. It's 15-8 right now. Similar gap. 1 minute to go in the first here, as now Jenkins traveled, got away with it. Left side, Daly. Daly, jump stop, pull up. Looks good, it is. Mila Daly with the finish. And Livingston out in front by 9. Auburn Johnson into the game. She was the hero in the first matchup for the Lady Bees. As now Butler gives to Delenti. A deep tray for her. That one's no good. Upperman ice cold. Daly has it. Finds Poston. Livingston needs to capitalize and get a big lead. They know it. Pushing it is Poston. Right side for Butler. Now Poston has it. Emma Poston trying to shield off Gracie Butler. Finds Daly. Now to Carwile. 23 seconds on the clock. That one's tipped by Gracie and then stolen by Maggie, and a foul. And this will be 2 free throws for the Lady Bees. Let's see if they get Daly or Carwile here. They're going to get Daly. And that'll be Mila Daly's first. And Maggie Butler to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. 0 for 2 so far today at the stripe.
Good job by Livingston. 4 fouls with 5:44 to go in the quarter and just committed the next foul over 5 minutes and 20 seconds later.
First free throw good for Butler. Gracie Butler subs out for Ava May Allen here. Upperman will go a little bit deeper into the bench routinely than Livingston does, but you never know what could happen tonight as that one's no good. Now the struggles of the line continuing a little bit. Now an errant pass out of play, and Upperman gets it back with 14.9 on the clock, and that sends Sadie South to the table, and Gracie Butler along with it, as it'll be offensive subs. Auburn Johnson checking out, Ava May Allen checking out as well.
Yeah, Upperman desperately needing to cut into this 8-point lead right before the end of the quarter.
Gracie Butler's been the spark plug when they've struggled sometimes this season. She goes off to Delenti. 9 seconds left for Taylor Delenti. Picks up, and Ellie Butler is just waiting on it. Punches that one out of play, 4.2. As they're trying to get to the south in the corner for a 3. Sub to the table here, a little foul defense potentially as Reese Collins checks in for Emma Poston. Butler to inbound in front of the Livingston sideline. Butler against Butler. That one's punched out of play, and with 2.8, they had to inbound from the midpoint line, and this is, again, turnovers being forced by Livingston, stretching that zone, doing a really nice job early. Gracie Butler with a head of steam, going to chuck it up a little bit early, and that's a great first quarter for the home team. After one, it's Livingston 17, Upperman 9. This is high school basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment, the Overton County Farm Bureau, on the Watson Ship UCR Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman basketball on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Our Overton County Livingston Farm Bureau is proud to support Livingston Academy Athletics. Christy Key, Corey Norrod, and John Godwin are always ready to help you with all your home, car, and life insurance needs. Located at 7486 Bradford Hicks Drive in Livingston, stop by and see them or give them a call at 931-823-1322. Go Hog-Eye! Welcome back as we enter the second quarter. Livingston with a great start on their home floor, a 17-9 advantage. They will have the basketball, and Ellie Butler will inbound it. 8 points in the quarter for the senior 2,000-plus point scorer. I'm Noah McKay, Jeremy Tollison to my right, and we've got a whistle and stoppage and an offensive foul for a moving screen. Mila Daly just picked up her second personal in the ball game.
You know, good start for Upperman. They really need to find just some momentum and just run their offense. I think their shot selection isn't exactly what Coach McWilliams is looking for right now. Just something to work a little more inside.
No threes for the Lady Bees in that first quarter. A three-point shooting team to a T as they send it right side to Taylor Delenti. Now Ava May Allen back to Delenti. Delenti finds Allen. Butler steps to her. Allen floats back, now finds a cutting Taylor Delenti, but she dribbled it off her knee. Stolen away. There goes Reese Collins with a ton of speed, but stolen from behind by Gracie Butler. A lot of contact both ways. We play on. Gracie Butler with it. She drives, kicks back to Allen, swings it over to Delenti. South thinking about the deep one. She will trigger the deep one, and it's good. The lights out sharpshooter Sadie South with her first. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 of the game.
And again, those shots start falling for Upperman. Livingston better watch out.
That's what happened in that first matchup. Sadie South hit a couple, and then it was on as Reese Collins has it in the front court here for Livingston. LA still with a comfortable 5-point lead, but so much basketball to be played as we're 9 minutes in. Collins with it left side. Butler and Allen are going to war off the ball. Collins with it left side. Again, stiff screen. That time Delenti punches it. Collins, that was close, but they say she didn't have it before she went into the backcourt. Upperman being very active with the hands defensively, and they're letting them play for now. Poston picks up, finds Butler. Ellie Butler traveled. Was expecting some contact, and Allen kind of dodged out of the way, and that's another turnover. Possession back to the Lady Bees.
The old Olay defense.
The Matador defense. Sometimes that's all you can do against Ellie Butler. 6:30 to go in the second quarter. Left side, Gracie Butler finds an open Maggie. Maggie swings it to South. Open again. And that's not what Leslie Riddle wants. Fortunate on the miss for Livingston. Here's Collins with more speed than anybody. Collins throws it up and is fouled. Maggie Butler commits her second, and Reese Collins will go to the line, the Livingston Regional Hospital free throw line, to shoot two. The team's first against the Lady Bees. Upperman as a team, I mentioned the twos and the threes, as Collins misses the first. This is what we're talking about. This year, entering tonight, they have attempted 546 twos and 535 threes.
Wow.
Live by the three, die by the three, as the next one does go through for Collins, and it's back to a 6-point Livingston lead on their home floor. Handoff goes to South. Flip pass across to Taylor Delenti. Now Allen has it. Livingston really mixing up the defense. They're trying to stretch it and force some turnovers. They've done it very well so far. South has it, finds Delenti. Thought about the deep one. Instead sends into Harrell. Kicks out to Allen. Ava Mae Allen, the corner three. That one's no good. Rebound down, and a chance for LA to re-extend their lead.
Harrell's defense and presence on the inside helps that in-and-out offense.
Now Hughes throws it up, trying to go around Harrell, and she does. That's a great finish from Mia Hughes inside. Livingston's lead back to 8. Led by as many as 9. South back to Gracie Butler. Thinking about it, now puts it down. Collins pokes it. Butler gets it back. She'll drive inside, swiped out of her hands. It'll stay with the Lady Bees. 5:19 to go in the second. It's 20-12.
I'll tell you, Coach McWilliams and Coach Riddle both teach defense just so well. Both teams historically have just played great defense.
Ella Harrell wasn't ready for the pass. Livingston is. They turn it over. Here comes Butler into the front court. Butler steps through. Right hand good. 10 in the first half for Ellie Butler. Timeout time, Upperman. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Livingston on a run. They lead by 10. This is coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment, the Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Welcome back. Score updates on the EJ's Barnes scoreboard from around the Upper Cumberland. Already a final out in East Tennessee. The York Dragonettes continue their hot play with Reese Beatty back in the lineup. They defeat Gatlinburg-Pittman on the road, 57-49, avenging an earlier season overtime loss at home.
That's a pretty nice little midseason pickup.
That's pretty good on the waiver wire for York and Coach Green there in Jamestown. Cookeville against Laverne, they're bouncing back, 34-6. Lady Cavs with 5:19 to go in the first half. After falling to Stewart's Creek, that was a get-right spot and a half against Laverne, and Cookeville is certainly doing that. Meanwhile, here, Livingston with a little deja vu. They got a 10-point lead over the Lady Bees. The question is, can they hang on to it tonight and get a signature win here in district play? Upperman trying to stay just one game back in the loss column of the White County Warriorettes, who are undefeated in district play. Now, Ellie Butler almost had another steal. Now this time, Gracie Butler has it. Gracie kicks over to South. The defense really presenting problems. It is a much stretched out version of what they typically do, as now a flip pass. Somehow Gracie Butler found Ella Harrell inside. That is as good of an entry pass as you're going to see, and Ella Harrell has 4 off the bench.
Yeah, the inside presence, like I mentioned, of Harrell is going to open up that three-point shooting.
And they are picking apart the Lady Bees defense in transition. Jump stops and reining them in, back to a 10-point or 9-point game on the scoreboard, 23-14. As now South has it right side. Is that what we have on the screen? No, we do not. It is. It's 24-14. All right. Back to a 10-point lead, as I was saying. Cora Bass surveys. Now finds Taylor Delenti. Delenti right side to South. Back to Delenti. Livingston playing great defense here. Bass finds Delenti. South's open in the corner. She finds it. Good closeout by Jenkins. They go back to Delenti. Hawkeye sideline loves it. Gracie Butler with room to operate. Kicks to an open Cora Bass. Her three is up and good. A Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 for Cora Bass. Second of the night for the Lady Bees. They're back within 7.
And again, that inside scoring opening up that three-point line.
LA doing a great job breaking the press. Here's Poston inside out to Butler. She puts it down back to Collins. Now she'll hold in that center court logo here in Durwood Vaughn Memorial Gymnasium in Overton County. Left side for Poston. Now Collins out of the corner. Thought about it. Instead gets inside. Nice feed over. Shot no good. Fight for the rebound. Blocked by Delenti, but Collins came away. Now it's stolen by Bass as she looked for Ellie Butler. Cora Bass accelerates and is fouled. That'll be a reach on Reese Collins. Her first and the team's second here in the second quarter.
I'll tell you, the intensity has cranked up a couple of notches this last couple of minutes.
You know, you get into the district tournament in this district, and you have games all the time. I think last year the Run Stone went on, and everyone outside the area goes, oh, this team threw that game. No, don't worry about the records in this district. They're all really good as Gracie Butler is fouled. Chloe Jenkins commits her first, and Gracie Butler will go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to attempt a couple and try to get the Lady Bees back within 5.
And that's tough there on Jenkins. I mean, her hands are straight up. You know, the question is was she moving a little bit? And a lot of people look at that play and just say, hey, her hands are straight up. That's not a foul. But you also have to pay attention to the body. And was she vertical or was she moving toward the shooter at that point? Tough play right there.
First one is good for Gracie Butler. 5 points for her so far. Second one misses. And it is a 6-point Livingston lead. Kind of bounced between 6 and 10 throughout this quarter. Auburn Johnson back to the table as Chloe Jenkins has it. Jenkins finds Mally Carwile. Carwile, little inside out from Hughes. Now they work it right side for Poston. Ellie Butler works across the zone. Now she has it. Delenti quickly closes to her. Now into Carwile. Carwile wide open. Got to take it. No good, though. Offensive rebound. Stepping through. Shot up. No good. Rebound ricochets. It's fought for, and we have a foul, and it's going to go on Livingston as Chloe Jenkins got her hand in the cookie jar with Taylor Delenti. It'll be the third team foul against the Lady Bees. Oh, pardon me. Fourth team foul against the Lady Wildcats, and the second on Chloe Jenkins. Auburn Johnson checks in for Gracie Butler. Feels like these possessions here heading into halftime really important. Livingston has opportunity to kind of get back to that 10-point mark. Upperman could even tie the game if things go their way.
And we've talked about momentum. I feel like it's against Livingston right now. They have to continue to try to spread this lead out and don't want to let this shrink down to a one-possession game.
Pass intended for Auburn Johnson, tipped right off her hand, out of play, and Gracie Butler got a 1-second breather. She's back to the table, and Cora Copeland, who hasn't played much, got 2 early fouls. She checks back in for Livingston. 2:05 to go. That was a gift for Livingston, given right back to him. Carwile trying to solve the pressure, sends over to Hughes. Hughes with a nice pass through to Ellie Butler. Now Butler with a flip to Copeland, and that's the Ellie Butler effect as Cora Copeland finishes the 2. Everybody looking at 24, and nobody had Cora Copeland. Here's Ellie Butler in the half court in an 8-point game. 1:45 to go in the first half. Right side Bass. Now South. South with room to operate. Kicks to Bass. Bass. Little miscommunication leads to Taylor Delenti being wide open but missed it. Butler runs the rebound down. And now shoulders. Who's it on? It's on Upperman. Gracie Butler going to be called for the personal. That is her first. Team's third.
People are going to miss Ellie Butler. I'm telling you what she's been able to do the last couple of years and this year. I mean, she's going to go down as one of the top players in the history of the Upper Cumberland.
As Carwile has it, she gives back to Hughes. Now back to Carwile. Nice outlet pass for Poston. Poston into the mid-range. Again, they keep hitting that shot, but now it's not falling. No good. Ellie Butler gets the rebound, somehow keeps her foot down, and here's Gracie Butler ahead. Gracie, like a freight train, steps through, throws it way off the glass, no good. Rebound ricochets back to Livingston. Now ahead Carwile, numbers if she hurries. Carwile, flip pass to Butler, tiptoe, stays in, turnaround shot, no. Rebound down, it's loose. Ava Mae Allen has it and a foul. And this is going to send Upperman into the bonus. Just a hustle play, and Mia Hughes caught the body of Ava Mae Allen on the way down. It'll be 2 free throws for Ava Mae Allen at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. 58 seconds to go. And it's kind of We saw Upperman make a little push early, then Livingston got it to 10. Now we're in a little bit of a stalemate, Jeremy.
And it's almost halftime, but you feel like both teams are still trying to fill out exactly what the other one's trying to do. But I'm telling you, there is nobody that knows each other better than these two head coaches.
First one for Allen is good.
The battles they have had over the last 20 years. And, I've had a front row seat to probably 5 or 6 of them, and I'm telling you, it is awesome.
I'm talking to Coach McWilliams during halftime on Saturday or on Friday night of the boys' game, as the second one's no good. She said the only place we really haven't played each other is in the state tournament. Everywhere else, we've played each other, as Poston has it. Sends over to Hughes. Now left side, we thought we were going to get a couple years ago, and then the bracket was a really tough draw and didn't end up as Livingston made the state championship game. Upperman lost to the eventual champions, Jackson Southside, in the first round, but we were hoping we would get that 5th matchup. Ellie Butler left side, 36 seconds. Now fires a pass out for Poston. Livingston content probably to hold for the last shot. The 7-point lead could make it 10. Now Butler right side. Flip pass back to Poston, 24 seconds. Over to Carlisle. Now into Copeland. Copeland spins it back out to Emma Poston. Butler wants it in the mid-range. Has it. Tries to step around Harold. That's no good, and it's stolen away by Sadie South. And Sadie South, with plenty of time, finishes the lay. The steal and the score for the young sophomore. 7 seconds to go. Big play here. Poston with room to operate. Chucks up the 3. No good. And Sadie South gives the Lady Bees some momentum into the break, but it's Livingston with a lead over the number 1 ranked team in the Upper Cumberland. At the break, it's Livingston 26, Upperman 21. We'll be joined by Bobby McWilliams on the Happy Hiller Halftime Show when we come back. This is high school basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment and the Overton County Farm Bureau. Chevy, UCR Media Network. Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares? What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day. What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
Welcome back. It's time for the Happy Hiller Halftime Show. At the break, it is 26-21. Livingston with the lead over Upperman. First half of our doubleheader, the boys' game, coming up next between the Bees and the Wildcats. We're joined, as always, by Upperman head coach Bobby McWilliams. Coach, thanks for taking a few minutes here. You're here now at Livingston, a team that's played you closer in your first meeting than anybody else did in the district. Just a 1-point win for you in Baxter. But first, as you sit at 6-0, looking back on that game at Stone Memorial, you got Stone's one of their best shots, and you were able to withstand it and get a win. How critical was it for you guys to get that win and get 2 games clear of everybody right now in the district standings?
Yeah, you know, we've said over and over, wins on the road are about like 2, and you know, especially any win that you get on the road with, you know, one of the teams that's up there towards the front is definitely big. We're just happy we were able to get out of there with a win.
Tonight you have an opportunity, mentioning that 2-game lead over everybody. If you win tonight, you would have a 2-game lead over Sparta, or over Stone rather, and a 3-game lead over this Livingston team, and you'd be in a great spot to at least have a reasonable chance of getting the first round bye out of this district tournament. What's the intensity level like in practice getting ready for this one, knowing you're playing a team that played you close and there's a lot on the line in the district?
Sure. I mean, it's Upperman Livingston, so we expect nothing less than a good game. Hopefully we can play well enough to stay in it. They've got 3 really good scores, and their role players have really stepped up. So, they're playing as well as anybody in our league for sure. But, getting ready to get into this next, couple weeks into our league, I feel like our kids are ready. We've had some good practices, and they know what's at stake, and we're just kind of getting ourselves revved up for the tournaments coming up, but definitely not overlooking anybody coming up on our schedule. But this will be definitely be a true test for us as far as where we at mentally. How can we handle the environment? They're going to play really, really hard, and they do a lot of things well that makes us really work hard to defend. So that on top of scoring the basketball is going to be something that we're going to have to see if we've made any gains since the last time we played.
In that game, we've talked a lot about the guys outside of Ty and Bronston. In that game on Friday, you had 7 out of Evan Huddleston. You had 8 out of Jack Torrance. Is that about a barometer for a good mark? If those two are giving you 15-ish points a night, that's probably a good game, because Ty's going to give you what he gives you and Bronson's going to get what he does.
I've said over and over and told anybody that'll listen that those guys are good players.
Yep.
They're really good players. We've got 9-10 guys that we feel like we can put in the game. Those guys can get to double figures. Their games haven't looked like their practices always. So they're going to have to get a little bit more confidence in themselves and realize that every shot doesn't go in. And basketball's a game of runs, and you're going to make turnovers and do those things. You just got to go on to the next play, and we're trying to teach them that it's okay. Just play. And they're starting to get that. We're growing up a little bit, and it's been fun to watch them do that. So hopefully we'll start seeing a lot more consistency, and out of those guys that you had mentioned for sure. But we're definitely expecting that and looking forward to watching them play over the next month or so.
Last one for you. You mentioned it's Livingston, and certain games feel different, and every time Upperman and Livingston gets together, it just feels different in the gym. What is it about Livingston Academy and Upperman that just lends itself to this rivalry in an area that we got a lot of rivalries, but this one does feel a little bit different? What is it about this one that makes it that way?
I don't really know. I get the girls teams went at it for years and years, being one of the top teams in the state. I think we played Livingston, probably 15 times in the district finals. Out of like 17 or 18 years. It was something just silly. I can't really remember the numbers, but traditionally, since we have been in AA, they have been one of the top teams in the league, and then we were able to get ourselves to where we are considered one of those as well. So year in, year out, that you're going to have to you're going to have to play them somewhere down the stretch, and it went that way for many years, and it has been. So but it's been a fun rivalry with them for the most part. But you expect them to. You're going to get their A game. You're not getting them. You're not going to catch them on an off night for sure when they play Upperman. But you wouldn't expect anything less. So. Hopefully we can come out of the gate and be ready to play tonight.
I lied. One more quickly here, because ballots are due on Friday. You have a bona fide Mr. Basketball candidate. A lot of people watch our streams from around the state who have votes. He should win it in Ty Cobb. That's me saying that. Why do you think he's deserving of being in the conversation for Mr. Basketball?
Well, first, let me say there's some quality players in this state. Absolutely.
That's why I'm saying he should win it. There's no doubt there are the great players, sensational players. This kid's special.
100%. Obviously, I'm very partial. I just see what he means and does for our team, and what he's done night in, night out against the best competition in the state. And I can tell you this: he's not second to any as far as what he means to us on the floor, what his numbers show. and what he's been able to do every night in, night out against, opponents from Tennessee. He played really well in Florida against some high-level competition there. So he's just a special talent, and I've said this every week. I think I'm glad he's on my team.
Absolutely. Well, the Bees take on the Wildcats coming up next. Coach, we appreciate you taking the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back again. Our thanks to Bobby McWilliams for joining us there during the Happy Hiller halftime show as we get back to action here. Livingston with an opportunity once again trying to get it done. They lead Upperman at half of the girls' game, 26 to 21. A 5-point lead, still certainly anybody's ball game, but as good of a first half as Livingston could have hoped for. They raced out to a 10-point advantage. Upperman got back to now within 5. This is the lowest that deficit has been. It came on a steal and a score for Sadie South late in the half. I'm Noah McKay. He's Jeremy Tollison, the lovely Madison McKay, producing things for us here tonight from Hogeye Country. Once again, stick around postgame. We have the Legacy House postgame show. Go through the scoring and have the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. It's up for grabs right now as we get back to it here in quarter number 3. Ava Mae Allen has it, goes back and forth with Taylor Delente. Allen now flashes into the corner for South. Back to Delente, works it over to Allen. Skip pass finds an open Sadie South. Her 3, no good. Right down to Gracie Butler. Put back is good. Gracie Butler takes out the trash. She leads the Lady Bees with 7 points, and all of a sudden it's a one-possession game.
And the pressure's on Livingston to not let happen what happened to Baxter a few weeks ago.
And in that game, they came out, went on a 5-0 run, went up by 19 points 2 minutes into the second half, and then Upperman went on a 30-8 run, I think it was, to regain the lead. As now Ellie Butler has it, begins to drive, and now throws it up, no good, well defended by Ava Mae Allen. And that was in under a quarter of real time for the Lady Bees in that game. They can score in a hurry, and Leslie Riddle knows it. Gracie Butler back to Delente.
Like you said, live and die by the 3. When that thing's falling, man, they're hard to handle.
Now Sadie South sends over to a wide-open Maggie Butler. Not sure she realized how open she was. Floats back now over to Allen. A lot of attention being paid to number 12 and number 11, South and Delente, for obvious reasons, especially behind the arc. Maggie Butler finds her twin Gracie. 3 Butlers on the floor. We go first-name basis a lot of times with them. Allen comes out to grab. Lady Wildcats sideline clapping their hands. Allen needs a new play. Finds Maggie Butler. Back to Ava Mae Allen. Skip pass into the corner for South. Now fires to Delente. That zone really stretching here. Backdoor cut to Maggie Butler. Puts it off the glass and missed it. Would have been a 1-point game. Instead, a break for Livingston as they waited and then found the play. Now ahead, Copeland running the floor. She finishes the 2. And how about the 4-point swing right there? Ava Mae Allen wasting no time. Drives and flips back to Gracie Butler. Butler looking for a lane to operate. Will drive inside. Off the glass, no. Well defended inside by Emma Poston. Now it's swiped by Maggie Butler onto her backside. Able to save it in. Now Delente fires out to an open Gracie Butler. She pulls up in the mid-range. Good. Frenetic sequence leads to a 3-point game again. Here's Cora Copeland. Copeland finds Poston. Poston in transition, trying to solve the pressure. Ahead to Carwile. Poston over to Ellie Butler. Butler has 10 points. Had 8 in the first quarter, just 2 in the second. He hasn't touched it a whole lot, and now we will have a hold, I believe, on Upperman away from the ball.
It was a good call. Yep. Livingston trying to go to the opposite block there and literally grabs her arm and makes sure she doesn't cut across the lane.
That's a big one. It's the 3rd on Maggie Butler. Ella Harrell was at the table about to check in, and now that changes the calculus. Inbound goes to Ellie Butler. Allen there to defend. Copeland sets a good screen, and it's a moving screen. I don't know about that one at all. At all. Cora Copeland just picked up her third, and I don't like that call even a little bit. It'll go the other way to the Lady Bees.
Yeah, as a defender, that's tough. I thought that she was stationary. He may have had an angle at something we didn't see, but it looked like she was stationary.
Her leg move when she got hit, which is a different story than a moving screen.
Exactly. When you get hit and they cause you to move.
Another miss inside, but Gracie Butler with a tie-up, and a foul will be called on her. That's the second on Gracie Butler, and now all of a sudden we had some good flow to the game, and it's starting to get a little bit less like that on both ends.
It's tough as an official to figure, to get the perfect balance of letting them play and then not letting it get out of control.
Ellie Butler trying to solve the pressure. Sends ahead to Carwile. From the secondary logo, no. That would have set this place into a frenzy. Two Lady Bees just tipped it from each other, and a foul is called, and this is the third on Gracie Butler. The Butler twins each with 3. This is a big call there, and it's 2 free throws at the Livingston Regional Hospital free throw line for Emma Poston.
Yeah, good call. Contact on that shot, put the shooter on the free throw line, but you're right. Butler, they need both of them on the court.
And the first one for Poston pops out, and I'll tell you, that was going to be a transition on the other side for Upperman, and two Lady Bees tipped it away from each other, led to that opportunity for Poston. But she's looking to capitalize now as she missed the first and will hit the second. Back to a 4-point game, and it is intense, and Ella Harrell crossed the line before she threw it in. And possession goes back to Livingston.
What's funny is 2 minutes ago, I'm telling you, I think that the pressure's on Livingston to make sure that nothing happens, and it's a 4-point game, but the pressure's now back on the Upperman Lady Bees.
Totally agree. Reese Collins to inbound, got to go somewhere, sends to Poston in the corner. Not sure how she found her. It's a good feed. Now Collins looking at this 2-3 zone. Right side Poston, back to Collins. Butler floats the baseline around to the other side. They're trying to get her free. Poston now flashing in Jenkins. Jenkins drives and kicks back to Poston. Her three's up. That's no good, but nobody guarding. Mia Hughes inside. Easy rebound. South tips it out of play. It'll stay with L.A. with 4:36 to go in the third.
Yeah, Coach McWilliams definitely wants a little more effort on the boards there. And again, they were kind of out of position, but you got to fight for position there and expect the ball to come, and you got to fight for those rebounds.
Aggressive defense. They play on. 3 fouls against the Lady Bees, just 1 against Livingston so far. Livingston would love to get a couple more, getting to that bonus, stretch their lead. Here's Collins, right side Poston. Now in Jenkins. Jenkins drives, kicks back Poston, feeds to Collins, and she traveled. Shuffled the feet, possession back to Upperman. It is intense in this gym. As per always, when Livingston and Upperman get together, you can cut it with a butter knife. Not even you go to Dollar General and get one of those plastic knives and just slice right through it. Hand off to South. She bobbles, now gives to Allen. Skip pass to a wide open Gracie Butler, to an even more open Taylor Delenti, and she airballed it. Too much on it, rebound down to Livingston. That is not the look Livingston wants to give up, but they get out of jail free. Now fires inside back to Poston, who's open, and she hits it. Emma Poston for 2. A 6-point Hawkeye lead again. Allen sends to South. That's dangerous, and a foul is called on Mia Hughes. It'll be her second, team second. Cora Bass to the table. She's about to check in for Ava Mae Allen.
I think Coach McWilliams wants to try to work the ball back into Harrell a little bit. They found success in the first half with throwing the ball in the post, and she's got the footwork to make a move, but it also opens up the three-point line.
Now this set play that they always run, Livingston knew it was coming, and it's going to lead to a turnover. Reese Collins in a foot race. Somehow, they say, kept her foot down. Now Butler tied up and won. Ellie Butler with the finish. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of right place, right time right now for Livingston Academy as Cora Bass picks up her first and Butler can make it a 9-point lead.
They need to check her shoe for some stickum because I'm telling you, I don't know how she kept that foot on the floor.
And a 30-second timeout called on the floor. Gives me an opportunity to tell you about our friends at Power of Putnam. Parents and caregivers, the best defense starts at home. Take a time out to talk with your youth about the dangers of substance misuse. Talk, they hear you. For important resources, including conversation tips, visit powerofputnam.org. A game of runs so far. Livingston's on their run. Ellie Butler can make it 9 as she travels to the Livingston Regional Hospital free throw line out of this timeout by Dana McWilliams. And there's been a lot of seems like it's going to be an easy look for the Lady Bees. They don't get it. Then something chaotic happens on the other side, and Livingston's capitalizing on all their opportunities right now.
They are, and obviously you get the feeling, hey, we're in Livingston, a little home court advantage here, and the basketball gods are shining on, and they just seem to be kind of getting every little break and every little bounce.
Ellie Butler at the stripe, obviously a great free throw shooter. She's got 12 points tonight. She's got 13 points tonight as that one goes through. And Livingston nearing tying its largest lead of the game. They led by 10 at one point. Now they lead by 9 with 3:25 to go in the third. Upperman probably needs a little Gracie Butler action as Cora Bass drives and kicks to Delenti. Now she'll flip it to Gracie Butler. Drives inside. Gracie Butler, no good. Rebound tipped, stolen away. Here comes Livingston again. Reese Collins finds Ellie Butler, who wants it. Throws it over her head. It doesn't finish. And now a foul on Livingston. It'll be the third team foul against them. We'll see who this one's on. Maggie Butler to the table, about to check in. That one goes on Reese Collins, her second. Team's third. Auburn Johnson and Maggie Butler back in the game for the Lady Bees. Maggie playing with 3 fouls, as was Gracie. And we've got some kids running across the floor with popcorn and some spills, but we play on. Here comes Bass across the timeline. Auburn Johnson checking into the game in the third quarter was the difference in Baxter. Livingston don't want to let that happen again, and now Collins going to be called for a reach. 4th team foul against them, 3rd against Collins. 2:54 to go in the third. Important minutes in this district as Cora Bass has it. Bass surveys the floor, finds that open Maggie Butler. She puts it on the deck, flips back to Taylor Delenti. Now back to Maggie Butler. Maggie to Johnson. I think she was looking for South. Instead, Johnson was there. Johnson catches it again. Now South over to Bass. Back to South. Thought about the deep one. Puts the dribble down instead. Bass to Delenti in the corner. Delenti hadn't found the stroke yet tonight. Bass and her play hot potato. Bass picks up her dribble. Right side Delenti. 2:20 to go. Nothing against this hog-eye defense. Johnson drives. Picks up. Skips back for South. Now Delenti. Finds Maggie Butler, lines up the deep 3. They need it, and they got it. It's a big shot for Maggie Butler. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Now Collins, able to weave through traffic. That's a dangerous pass, and it's a turnover. And for the first time really tonight, the press for the Lady Bees forces a Livingston mistake.
Yeah, I agree with you. Upperman has got to get this within a possession or two before the end of the quarter.
And that's a full timeout call by Leslie Riddle. We'll take it with them and be back in just moments here to Livingston.
Looking for the perfect home, but can't find exactly what you want? Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has you covered. Choose your lot and one of their floor plans or build your own that fits the lot. Select your finishes and upgrades while working with expert represented builders Bedrock Homes LLC and Maplewood Construction LLC. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind opportunity. For more information on these new homes with open floor plans and modern designs, call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
2:01 to go in the third quarter. Back to a 6-point game in a game of runs. It'll be Upperman basketball as we get back to it. Livingston has controlled throughout, Jeremy, but Upperman has not let them bury them. Talking in the break there, Livingston probably needs to be up double digits here against Upperman to really start to feel comfortable with how quickly they can hit that 3 ball.
No, I agree. And, Ellie Butler has not really taken control in this third quarter like she did in the first half. She's distributing the ball a little bit more and trying to get more people involved. But, hey, you got to put the basketball in your best player's hand, and she's got to take control.
Cora Bass across the timeline here as we go under 2 minutes to play in quarter number 3. South flashes off a screen, puts the dribble down, guarded by Butler. Now to Cora Bass. Bass behind the back, resets. Delenti with it now. Back to back. Wasn't ready, and she's able to keep it in. 1:35 to go in the third quarter. Bass drives and kicks to Delenti. Delenti flips to Johnson. Johnson inside out to Bass. Great defense here by the Lady Wildcats in the half court. Johnson drives, and a foul is called. Oh, my goodness. Emma Poston just got tagged with a weak one. It's her second, and this is 2 free throws for Auburn Johnson at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line.
And anytime you call a foul on a defender, you have to ask yourself, what did the defender do wrong? And in that situation, like I said, he may have seen an angle we didn't see, but the defender's got position. The offensive player creates the contact. You probably could pass on that one.
Same official has blown his whistle every time it's been blown besides one in this quarter. Just saying, as Johnson's second one's no good. 0 for 2, but Bass gets the rebound, and then a travel was called. Possession back to Livingston.
Is this when they used to yell at me and say the ball don't lie?
Exactly right, yes.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Well, actually, I've heard that about 10,000 times.
And Cora Bass, a little bit hobbled. That sends Ava Mae Allen. Hopefully she's okay, trying to stretch out her leg. Got just tangled up, it looked like, and then tagged with the travel. So a turnover back to Livingston with a 6-point advantage, 1:23 to go in the third. Upperman staying in the full court press. Butler, one of the only players that's comfortable with it in a corner like that. Little give and go for it. Now Ellie Butler has it swiped. It's loose, a tie-up, and a jump. That pressure really ratcheting up for the Lady Bees. The arrow belongs to them. And they're pointing towards Livingston. Maybe they didn't flip the arrow at the right time earlier. Okay, so it's going to be Livingston ball. The arrow at the table was pointing left, hence why I said Upperman ball. Now it flips back, so all good. Poston has it. Poston, little bump, play on. Now Collins sends it ahead. Firing in, that one's stolen away. Taylor Delente read the pass and intercepts it. Now she's pushing the tempo. Over to South on a rope. And it's knocked out of her hands by her teammate Johnson, and possession back to Livingston.
And there's another bouncing ball going Livingston's way.
And now Gracie Butler will check in, playing with 3 fouls. Her and Maggie Butler each with 3, but Upperman down 6. You're right, it's another one of those fluky plays, as now Butler's got to be careful. Collins has it. Collins with South from behind, flips over to Daly. Hughes. Hughes gives back, now Poston. 50 seconds, 5-0 to go here in quarter number 3. Another stalemated frame. Butler has it. Left side Collins. And Ava Mae Allen just got called for a terrible foul. It'll be her second, and this is 2 free throws for Reese Collins, and I'll give you $10 if you can guess who called it. That is not a foul. Collins shooting 2. This is maybe the most historic basketball rivalry in our area, and we're calling that a foul.
Now listen, I have zero issue if he calls that a foul. What I do have a question about is we have not called that type of foul for 3 quarters.
Collins goes 1 for 2. Yeah, we've seen a lot bigger bumps not called. And it does give Livingston a 7-point lead with 39 seconds to go in the third quarter. Allen flips to Butler. This is Maggie, hands off to Gracie. Gracie surveys, throws up the runner with the right hand, too strong. Good look, didn't get it. Ellie Butler with a chance to stretch it to 9 or 10 heading into the fourth and final quarter. Poston with 18 seconds goes to work. Poston to Carwile now, left side. Back to Poston. Now Jenkins, back out Carwile. 4 seconds. There's Butler. She's going to have to put it up. Butler gets to a good spot. 3 up, no good. Ladies and gentlemen, get your popcorn ready. After 3, it's Livingston 35, Upperman 28. This is high school basketball presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau and Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this beautiful 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom home located just south of Cookeville. Boasting 2,700 square feet and a 2-car garage, this home features a very open floor plan with hardwood floors. You'll find great custom touches throughout, including a welcoming covered porch. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191 for more information.
Livingston trying to hang on and get it done. They have a 7-point lead over the Lady Bees. Another lead in the second half for a Livingston team that sits at 2-4 in the district, but they've been in every single game. Is this the one? As Upperman is a little bit out of sorts, a lot of unforced errors, and some big shots made by Livingston in a low-scoring affair. South sends to Delenti. That's a dangerous pass. Delenti trapped in the corner, gets out of it. Now finds Allen. Allen to Butler. Butler, flip pass into Harrell. Tipped away, great defense inside by Chloe Jenkins, and Taylor Delenti gets called for the personal, her first, team's first. Just trying to force feed it into Ella Harrell, and 3 Lady Wildcats were around her at all times. And that'll send Maggie Butler back to the table. Harrell checks back out.
And you've got a foul 22 seconds into the quarter, and obviously fouls are going to be at a premium in this quarter because Livingston wants to get them to 5 and start shooting free throws.
And another foul caught on Taylor Delenti. Her second in the past 8 seconds. Team second. Now, Ellie Butler going to throw it in.
With a 7-point lead, this is playing right into the hands of Coach Riddle.
Now back to Emma Poston. Poston. Taking her time. No reason to hurry if you're Livingston Academy here. Off a screen. Poston drives inside. Gets free. The set play works. The 2 for Emma Poston. Now ahead, here's Ava Mae Allen. She crosses over. Trying to go somewhere. Steps through to Gracie Butler. Gracie Butler drives. Throws it up. No. And a foul will be called on her. It's going to be her 4th. And Upperman's in a load of trouble now. On the road, down 9, big foul trouble. Can't make a shot. Dana McWilliams calls timeout. Livingston sensing they could get a huge win here and get back in the district race. Full timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. Don't go anywhere.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
7:02 to go in the ball game. Livingston has put Upperman firmly on upset alert. I don't know if it's ever an upset when Livingston and Upperman get together, but certainly records-wise, it would be. And Upperman now finds themselves Gracie Butler with 4 fouls, Maggie Butler with 3 fouls. They've scored 7 points in the second half. Livingston has stretched their lead up to 9, and they have the basketball. Oh, and by the way, 3 team fouls on the Lady Bees to 0 against the Lady Wildcats. You couldn't ask for anything better if you're Leslie Riddle or a Livingston Academy fan. Jenkins going to inbound from the baseline. Facing full court pressure. Over to Ellie Butler. Back to Jenkins. Now Carwile. Going to have to get forward a little bit here for Livingston. Jenkins running out of time. Over to Poston. At the last second, they do cross the timeline to Ellie Butler. Now Poston sends it over left side to Hughes. Now back for Poston. 6:43 to go in the fourth quarter.
Every possession is critical for Upperman right now.
Poston killing the clock. Now Carwile. Little handoff to Ellie Butler. Step back, fade away. Missed it. No good. Rebound down to Taylor Delenti. Delenti ahead to South. Collision and a foul. Mally Carwile trying to get the steal. Commits her second personal with the team's first with 6:24 to go in the game. Maggie Butler going to check in here from the sideline. Upperman can't afford many more empty possessions. Only at 28 points tonight. Maggie Butler has it, waits, spins it to Delenti, open in the corner. Delenti, a little gun shy right now, just 2 points tonight for her. Now a flip pass into Harrell, swatted, and a foul for a hold on that arm. It's going to go on Livingston. Mia Hughes picked up her third personal.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good call.
Me too.
I thought it was a pretty good call, and I don't give Mark a lot of credit, but that's a good call one time. He's good looking because he looks like me, but that was a good call.
Maggie Butler got wide open inside somehow. A little breakdown defensively. Upperman back within 7. Now Poston nearly traveled. Ahead to Carwile. Mally Carwile with numbers. Now forced back. Steps through. Finds Ellie Butler. Butler to an open Emma Poston. Puts it on the deck. Poston to Hughes. Now back to Jenkins. You see Upperman starting to sell out on those passes to try and force a turnover. Still plenty of time, but it'll get late in a hurry with 5:45 to go. And a foul. Maggie Butler just picked up her fourth. The Butler twins with 4 apiece. No question about that one. She came in trying to steal it. And the next foul with 5:45 to go sends Livingston to the line. They're going to shoot a ton of free throws in this fourth
quarter.
What
I was going to say. That's Butler's fourth and the team's fourth, which is just it's a terrible situation for Upperman.
Carwile has it left side. A dream for Leslie Riddle, who knows they just need to protect the basketball and make free throws in this situation. But that's going to be a steal. Taylor Delente with another one. Her third of the half. Now into the half court, Delente. Sends to Harrell. Back to Maggie Butler. Lines up the 3. That one's no good. Harrell with the rebound. The putback is good. And Upperman scored 4 straight. Now only down 5. Now Jenkins. They got to get Ellie Butler involved in the half court. Poked by Allen. Out of play. Stays with Livingston. Upperman has not ratcheted down the intensity despite the foul trouble, knowing they need turnovers, but it's just a 5-point game. Again, Livingston hasn't been able to bury them on their home floor. Poston surveying. Now sends right side. Jenkins. Butler in a triple team, and a foul is called. Taylor Delente called for a foul, and I have no clue, Jeremy, what Taylor Delente did.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes whenever an offensive player drives into that much traffic. And
I saw Harold maybe with they say body contact. I don't know what Taylor Delente did as the first free throw is good for Ellie Butler.
And again, the official may have, like I said, may have seen something at an angle we didn't see. But a lot of times you can just, you can't penalize the defense for the offense driving in the triple towers.
5 minutes to go. It is into the bonus. Livingston Academy. Ellie Butler 2 for 2. They're back up by 7. Right side Taylor Delente. Now back to Maggie Butler. Left side Sadie South. Passes up the 3. And Stay gives down to Maggie. Maggie to South. Skip pass across to Delente. Now back to South. Lines this one up. The deep 3. No good. Rebound. And that'll be a foul on Livingston. Trying to shield off Taylor Delente going for the rebound.
Really good call.
Yeah, Emma
really
Poston picks up her third, team's third. So now with 4:34 to go, Upperman down 7. They have the basketball.
She about pushed her into the third row.
Inbound over to South, who's open again. This one from way downtown is good. Sadie South with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. She's got unlimited range, and the Lady Bees are back within 4 points. I have no clue how.
I don't either.
As Jenkins starts to bring it up. Now flips it ahead to Butler. Butler in the mid-range. She's clinical from there, but it doesn't go. 3 Lady Bees again can't get the rebound. Now it gets free to Butler, and a foul is called. The second time in the half, Upperman has an easy rebound, and they steal it from each other, and again it leads to 2 free throws for Ellie Butler.
And then what we've talked about is just
this is on Taylor Delente. Sorry, Jeremy. That's her fourth. She's picked up 3 fouls in 4 minutes so far here. The first one for Ellie Butler is good, and now that's 3 starters with 4 fouls for the Lady Bees.
Now I was going to mention just everything seems to just be going Livingston's way tonight. Every 50-50 situation, Livingston ends up with the basketball.
And Ellie Butler makes it 41-35, 2 for 2. Gracie Butler is on the bench still, and now that's a dangerous pass. Nearly stolen. South able to save it in. Now gives to Maggie. Great defense denying the passes tonight for Livingston Academy. Ava Mae Allen has it. 3:52 to go. Intensity continues to rise. Allen finds Delente. Looking in for Harrell. Able to one-arm catch it and puts it off the glass and good. Ella Harrell with 8 off the bench. Back to a 4-point game. Now will Upperman foul? They won't have to. Stolen by Delente on an errant pass. Livingston can't have that. Allen, Delente wants it. Has it. Now into Harrell again. Ella Harrell and 1. Here comes Upperman. Ella Harrell with the finish. And will go to the line to try to complete a 3-point play. Mia Hughes called for her 4th. And Leslie Riddle wants to talk about it. We'll take it with them and be back. Don't go anywhere.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Well, if you thought this game was going to be drama-free, you were on something. It's a 2-point game. Ella Harrell at the line trying to complete a 3-point play. Noah McKay joined by Jeremy Tollison. Livingston led by 9 a minute ago. But they still have a great spot here because of the foul trouble Upperman's in.
Well, you got to think, though, next foul against Livingston puts Upperman at the line.
Well, if nothing else, some people are going to start fouling out for the Lady Bees.
Absolutely.
3 starters as Ella Harrell with a big free throw. Nearly banked it, no good. Rebound ricochets down. Carlisle able to wrestle it. Still a 2-point Hawkeye lead. Now a flip pass ahead. Finds Jenkins. Now to Butler. Butler steps and kicks back to Carlisle.
I think Livingston needs to be aggressive. They
Yep,
cannot hold the basketball.
They were in such a good rhythm playing their way. If you start to slow it down, you could lose it, and it's not a big enough gap now. At only 2 points, Carlisle sends in to Jenkins. Back out Butler. And they are slowing it down a little bit here. Carlisle sends left side. It's a calculated risk by a very experienced head coach as Emma Poston has it here. Poston sends right side to Jenkins. Now to the corner, Carlisle. Picks up. Now back, Jenkins. 2:40 to go. A 2-point game. Back to Poston. Over to Carlisle. Now inside out to Butler. Not even thinking about a shot is Livingston Academy right now. 2.5 to go. Upperman trying to bait him into a mistake. Poston. They don't have to foul yet. Copeland turn around. Now she is going to put it up. Off the glass, and it fell through. Cora Copeland with the shooters row in her home gym. 2:15 to go. It's a dream possession for Livingston.
I thought the bank closed at 5, but they've got extended hours up here.
Back to South. Lady Bees need a bucket, and they probably need it quickly here. 2:05 to go. Delenti. Surveys. Finds Allen. 1:58. Not a lot of urgency yet for the Lady Bees. Down 4 on the road. Now left side Butler. Out to Harrell. Swings it over to South. Now Delenti. It's the set play for no good. Rebounded by Ellie Butler. It's a great board by the senior. 1:40 to go. Livingston with an opportunity. Butler across the timeline waits. The trap arrives. Steps through, and a timeout called by Leslie Riddle. Let's see, is it 30 or is it a full? It is a full. We will take it with them. Got to hear from more of our sponsors with 1:34 to go. Don't go anywhere.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
43-39. If you are a Livingston fan, I need you to go and play the Tennessee Lottery right now because every bounce has gone Hawkeye's way on their home floor tonight, and as a result, they are threatening to get back in the race to at least try and dodge the 4-5 game. You do not want to be in a 4-5 game with potentially a Stone Memorial getting a Lauren Clark back. If they win tonight, they are back alive because the reason it's so important, they've already been swept by Cumberland County, who right now sits in that 3 spot that they're trying to get to. So a win over Upperman would be huge for Livingston. For Upperman, a loss tonight, and you can kiss your hopes of winning the district goodbye. Still would have realistic hopes of getting to second, which means a first-round bye into the region tournament. Chloe Collins works around, and she traveled. Picked up her dribble and had Stickum earlier. That time the feet slides. 1:28 to go, and Gracie Butler was out for a long time. Now she's back in with 4 fouls. Not over yet. Upperman looking for a bucket. Livingston trying to finally vanquish one of these top teams in 7 AAA. Allen across the timeline here with 1:20 to go. Finds Gracie Butler. Is she still in a rhythm? Turns, fires into Harrell, and Cora Copeland had a hand around Ella Harrell. It goes uncalled, and it goes back to Livingston. Wow. Johnson and Maggie Butler to the table. A little defense-offense here. You see what I saw there, Jeremy? Maybe not.
Yeah, I couldn't tell for sure from this angle. It looked like she may have held her from getting to the basketball, but I couldn't tell for sure.
And now Sadie South going to be called for a bump, and this is the exact person Livingston wants going to the line to shoot 2. Ellie Butler We'll go 80 feet or so. With 1:16 to go, she could stretch it to a 6-point lead. Don't forget, we have a boys' game upcoming. By the way.
How many points was that the last time
it was
they
a
played?
1-point game. Yeah, it's going to be pretty good. And the first one for Ellie Butler is no good.
Welcome to Upper Cumberland basketball.
It's unbelievable. First miss from the line in the quarter for Butler. She's now 4 for 5. 1:16 to go. Next one for the senior superstar. No good, 0 for 2, but the long rebound. Maggie Butler able to run it down. A break for the Lady Bees. Now South. Back to Gracie Butler. Sends over to Ava Mae Allen. Allen. They got to have a little bit more urgency to them here, Jeremy.
They
Gracie
have to
Butler.
have a bucket this possession.
South back to Gracie Butler. Now Allen to Delenti. Back to Allen. They'll swing it around the world. Gracie Butler, 55 seconds. Upperman taking forever, and a foul is called.
Yeah, it was.
Okay,
I don't know. You may not have been watching the same play.
Yep.
One held her as she tried to get to the free throw line to get the basketball.
Right.
It's a good call.
Mally Carwile picks up her third, and 2 for Taylor Delenti at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw. I'm glad you said something.
I did. 100% good call. And if you're Upperman, this is exactly what you want. You want to score while the clock's not running.
And Taylor Delenti just 3 points tonight. Makes the first, and the Lady Bees are back within a possession. I have no clue how. It feels like it's a 30-point game right now.
It does, and you know, Dana McWilliams has done this time and time again. She has a chance to sneak in here and win this thing.
It would be a heist. The next one for Delenti is good. It is 2 for 2, and it is a 2-point game. Now Ellie Butler in the corner bounces it to Jenkins. She's trapped. Jenkins sends it baseline, and Livingston needs a timeout. Emma Poston takes it with 47 seconds to go. Here's the situation. 47.3 on the clock. It's 43 to 41. We have 2 ads to get through. We will get to them here quickly and be right back.
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Score updates on the EJ's Barn scoreboard. Cookeville beats Laverne 65-22. Pickett County beats Red Bowling Spring 65-29. Cumberland County routes DeKalb County 55-29. White County blows out Stone Memorial 67-39. And here we got a dogfight, a 2-point game. Inbound finds Poston. Poston steps through a trap, sends it ahead to Ellie Butler. 2-on-1 for Ellie Butler. Drives inside, steps through, is fouled. And this, I believe, is going to be the 5th on Maggie Butler. It is. Her day is done. And Ellie Butler, pardon me, they announced Gracie Butler, but I believe they went on Maggie. It did. Yeah, Maggie Butler picks up her 5th, and now Ava Mae Allen will check in. Or did they call it on Gracie?
23.
That would be Maggie. No. They called it on 22. I think that was the wrong player. That looked to me like Maggie Butler committed that foul. They're twins, but not identical. Regardless, that's what they say. So Gracie Butler's on the bench. That's big offensively. And Ellie Butler just missed 2. Doesn't matter. Icewater makes the second. First, this one's huge. They try to make it a 2-possession game. Up. Good. Cool, calm, and collected. Ellie Butler 2 for 2. Upperman needs points in a hurry. They have not gone fast so far. They're going to have to change that if they want a chance. Allen racing ahead. Again, a long time to get set up. 1-on-1, Allen back to Delenti. Delenti hands off to Maggie Butler. They run into each other. Back to Delenti. South is wide open. They find her. Her 3 is no good. Missed it, and a foul on Ava Mae Allen. Couldn't dream of a better look if you're Upperman. And it doesn't go, and Livingston's on the doorstep of a signature win. Ava Mae Allen picks up her 3rd.
And again, it's just everything tonight. It just seemed like just Livingston's night.
It is indeed.
Everything, wide open shot, she hits that more times than she misses it, and it just clinks off the rim. And the hog-eye magic tonight.
Hog-eye
sometimes
magic.
You got it, sometimes you don't.
First free throw is no good for Mally Carwile. These are not unimportant. Upperman's going to be looking for a really quick shot. That's why they put Sierra Nash in. She can shoot it off the bench. She's a senior. Next one for Carlisle is good, rattles through. Allen bringing it up in a 5-point game. They need a quick shot. Send it to Nash. Nash to Delenti, 13 seconds. They're going to have to put up a shot. Delenti does drive in, puts it up, and gets the roll. Timeout by Dana McWilliams. Livingston needs one free throw, and they're going to get the win tonight. It's 46-43, 30-second timeout called on the floor. Is that all they have left? It's a full, and that gives us one opportunity to hear from Swallows Insurance Agency. We'll be right back.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
8.3 seconds to go. Livingston Academy with an inbound, trying to secure a huge victory in 7 AAA. Upperman will be desperate to force a turnover, and then they will have to foul. The Lady Bees do not have a timeout remaining either, so a made shot, and the clock will continue to run in high school basketball. Jenkins going to inbound from the baseline. Gets it to Ellie Butler. They got to foul her. They don't. And this time's going to tick away. Upperman took forever to get the foul in. And Ellie Butler needs to make one free throw, and it is over. Even if she doesn't, it would take a heave for the Lady Bees. And the HOGEYE chant starts to blare out from the students who are here in full force. But they do need to make a free throw. This is not unimportant. You would imagine, though, no problem for Ellie Butler. Her first one, good. And it's going to be a celebration for Livingston as they have been hunting and searching for this win. They've been in these games throughout, haven't been able to get it done, but in 3 seconds, they're going to get it done.
And if you're Livingston, you just let Upperman do anything they want to do. Let them score, stay away from the basketball.
Next one's no good, and that will do it. Livingston Academy gets it done tonight and gets a signature District 7 AAA victory. Final score, Livingston 47, Upperman 43. We welcome you into the Legacy House postgame show as the celebration is on for Livingston Academy. They get it done tonight. They avoid the deja vu. A double-digit lead doesn't get erased. They finish it this evening. It was a weird basketball game, but Livingston used that fast start, held on to it throughout, and that is a big-time win for Leslie Riddle's team.
No, it is, and that's just kind of what Leslie Riddle has done throughout her career. You know, she to me, and we're going to pick the player of the game, but if I had to pick what I would almost refer to as a scheme of the game, I felt like that their zone defense and how they defended the three-point line is probably what won the basketball game tonight. And that just goes from coaching. That's from, you know, Coach Riddle seeing what the strength of Upperman is and have played them 4,000 times. And she just felt like that she had an advantage defending the three-point line and just played a really wide zone. And to me, the scheme of the game, and you can pick an advertiser for that if you ever want to use that.
Scheme of the game.
Scheme of the game. But I felt like that was the difference in the game, and that's probably what I felt like made the difference in the game. So,
absolutely. Well, let's get to the scoring from the game. First for the Lady Bees, fall to 21-5 on the season. They are now 5-2 in District 7 AAA, and that sound you hear is the White County Warriorettes running away from everybody in District 7 AAA. Now a 2-game lead for them on everybody in the district. Sparta is going to win District 7 AAA in the regular season, barring an upset somewhere. But as we just learned tonight, you never know when that may happen. Scoring from the game for the Lady Bees, 10 points for Ella Harrell leads the way. She had 6 points in that fourth quarter. 9 tonight for Gracie Butler, 8 for Sadie South, 6 for Gracie Butler and Taylor Delenti, 3 for Cora Bass, and 1 for Ava May Allen for a team total of 43. For the Livingston Academy Lady Wildcats, who improved to 15-9 on the season, 3-4 in District 7 AAA play, 20 points for Ellie Butler. Gets it done tonight. 7 points for Emma Poston, 6 for Cora Copeland, 3 for Mally Carlisle and Chloe Jenkins, 4 for Reese Collins, and 2 for Mia Hughes for a team total of 47. It's time for the Nelson Trophy Screen Printing Player of the Game. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, one of the longest-running sponsors to us here at UCR. Every broadcast we've ever done that features a game has had a Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Jeremy, I imagine we're on the same page tonight.
Yeah, and I think, especially with how the offense, how the team runs through Ellie Butler, and she, early in the game, unstoppable. Got in kind of a little bit of a lull and just didn't take as many shots, it seemed, in the second and third quarter. But when her team needed her the most, the fourth quarter, she takes over and she ices down some free throws and just says, hey, this is the last time at home I get to play Upperman. I'm not going out like this. I'm taking this one. And Ellie Butler, player of the game.
How about 7 of 10 at the line in the fourth quarter for Ellie Butler, 20 points in the game. Without question, she is the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Next up, Friday night for the Lady Bees. They will host DeKalb County. A get-right spot for Upperman. For Livingston, big one on the road at Stone Memorial as they look to defeat the Lady Panthers. And if Livingston can get on a run, they have a chance to hawk down a 3 seed and stay out of the 4-5. 3 gets DeKalb County, 4-5. No thank you. Nobody wants any part of that matchup with the season on the line to open up the district tournament. What a win tonight for Livingston Academy. The Lady Wildcats get it done 47-43, but it's just part one of our doubleheader. We got the boys' game to follow between the Bees and the Wildcats. Mr. Basketball, Ty Cobb, is in the building. Livingston only fell by 1 in Baxter. It's the closest margin that Upperman has had, obviously, in any district game so far this season. The crowd is just hungry for another upset. Will they have it? We'll find out after about a 7-minute intermission and come back with all the action. Final score in our girls' game, Livingston 47, Upperman 43. Welcome back into Derwin Vaughn Memorial Gymnasium, where we are set for the Crouch Team at Hines Late Real Estate pregame show. It's the boys' game between the visiting Upperman Bees and the hosting Livingston Academy Wildcats. I'm Noah McKay back on the call, joined by Jeremy Tollison and Madison McKay. Happy to be with you this evening. The girls' game was an exciting one. The boys' game figures to be the same, and there are major District 7 AAA implications in this basketball game here tonight. But on its face, as Coach McWilliams said, it's Livingston and it's Upperman, so you expect it to be a good game. As Upperman enters this game, the number one ranked team in the state, the consensus number one ranked team in the state. BCAT poll, Gannett poll, Tennessee Sports Writers Association poll, UC top 5, number one in all of them across the state of Tennessee in Class 3A. They enter with a 19-2 overall record. They are an unblemished 6-0 in District 7 AAA on a 9-game winning streak. And of their 19 wins, 16 have come by double digits. But one single-digit game was against this Livingston Academy team. Under head coach Jimmy Miller, with a record of 15 victories and 9 losses, they are 5-2 in District 7 AAA. They've won 4 straight games. They are chasing this Upperman team in Stone Memorial. They lost to Upperman 48-47. They lost to Stone 66-62. So while most people around the state think of this district as a 2-team race, Livingston can turn it into a 3-team race here tonight. But if Upperman wins tonight, it's over. They will have 2 games in hand over Stone Memorial, the tiebreaker over Stone. They'll have 3 games in hand on Livingston Academy. It's simple. They win tonight, nobody's going to catch them, and they're going to win the district in the regular season. It would take a bunch, 3 big upsets. Not going to happen. But if Livingston wins this game tonight, they're 1 game back of the Bees. Wow. And everything could change in a hurry. We'll have all the action for you when we come back. Coverage of today's game is presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau and Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Basketball on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Our Overton County Livingston Farm Bureau is proud to support Livingston Academy Athletics. Christy Key, Corey Norrod, and John Godwin are always ready to help you with all your home, car, and life insurance needs. Located at 7486 Bradford Hicks Drive in Livingston, stop by and see them or give them a call at 931-823-1322. Go Hog-Eye!
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective Auction Group offers expertise in a variety of services, including real estate, personal property, equipment, and nonprofit benefit auctions. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their upcoming auctions at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Looking for the perfect home but can't find exactly what you want? Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has you covered. Choose your lot and one of their floor plans or build your own that fits the lot. Select your finishes and upgrades while working with expert represented builders Bedrock Homes LLC and Maplewood Construction LLC. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind opportunity. For more information on these new homes with open floor plans and modern designs, call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
Welcome back. It's the Upperman Bees against the Livingston Academy Wildcats, and it's time for the Tee Up starting lineups. Tee Up, your hometown state-of-the-art indoor golfing experience located in Baxter. Starting tonight for the Upperman Bees under head coach Bobby McWilliams with a record of 19 victories and 2 losses. They are 6-0 in District 7 AAA, and they are the consensus number 1 ranked team in the state of Tennessee. Mr. Basketball. Number 0, Ty Cobb. Number 2, Jack Torrance. Number 4, Evan Huddleston. Number 23, Bronston Chaffin. And number 24, Colton Johnson. Starting tonight for the Livingston Academy Wildcats under head coach Jimmy Miller with a record of 15 victories and 9 losses. They are 5-2 in District 7 AAA. Number 2, Rocco Carwile. Number 14, Cole Harris. Number 20, Jagger Hammock. Number 21, Tucker Miller. And number 30, Brody Miller. When these two teams get together, throw the records out the window, but you don't even have to do that right now. These two teams playing really well, Upperman at an elite level. Livingston, winners of 4 straight. They are a legitimate threat in this basketball game tonight.
They are, and give Upperman every accolade that they have been given. Probably the best player in the state in this classification, number 1 team in the state. Livingston doesn't care. That's just how a rivalry works.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. They don't care. They want to choke them out. I'm just telling you.
You have a soon-to-be Mr. Basketball finalist. You have a Mr. Football semifinalist on the floor, and in your words, Jeremy, Livingston does not care.
They don't care.
Bronston Chaffin against Rocco Carwile in the circle. Let's get it on in Overton County tonight as Ty Cobb runs it down. And apparently that first dribble or his foot was on the line. Either way, Livingston will get possession back to open up the ball game.
They need to make sure if they felt like he had possession of the basketball, because you would have to re-jump if he doesn't. But apparently they do. And the big thing is they also lose the arrow there. That's a big deal.
Rocco Carwile has it. He gives back to Hammock. Hammock sends right side to the ever-dangerous lethal shooter, Tucker Miller. Right side pass finds Brody Miller. Brody back to Hammock. Now over to Rocco Carwile. Speaking of multi-sport athletes, Rocco Carwile, one of them, he gives off to Tucker Miller. Miller working on Jack Torrance. Now a little 3-man weave. This Livingston team loves to move fast. They are very quick. Not the biggest team in the world, though. That could be a problem with Colton Johnson, Bronston Chaffin inside, but they want to speed this game up. Not necessarily run and gun, although they love to do that, but quick cuts, as you see around the floor right now, as it goes back to Hammock. Hammock drives and kicks back for Tucker Miller. Miller into the mid-range for Brody. Brody steps around, now trying to go around Johnson, throws up the shot. No, Bronston Chaffin with rebound number 1. Ahead to Jack Torrance, over to Huddleston, out of the corner. Evan Huddleston reverses to a wide-open Ty Cobb. That is unadvisable. Bronston Chaffin got the rebound after a rare miss. Torrance, that is the last person on earth that you want to be wide open from three-point land, as now Jack Torrance goes to work. Hands off for Chaffin. Chaffin flashes into Johnson. Johnson tries to muscle up, and a foul. Brody Miller will be called for his first personal. Livingston did a good job with Cobb in the first meeting. Only 19 points for him in that game.
And you talk about multi-sport athlete again, Colton Johnson. I mean, my goodness.
And the discussion is about the possession arrow from earlier. Colton Johnson, great linebacker for the football team in Baxter, really coming into his own on the basketball floor. Him and Chaffin, those 2 towers inside. First one for Johnson is no good. Clanked it off the back of the iron. Let us know in the comments who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Livingston fans feeling good. They'd love to sweep it. That would be a story.
Man, they'll party tomorrow at school, won't they?
They certainly will, as the second free throw is no good as well, 0 for 2. And 90 seconds in, we are scoreless. First game, very low scoring as Hammock drives around Torrance, loses his footing, but finds Miller. Nice feed across to Brody, but he's closed down on by Chaffin. Back to Cole Harris.
And if you're Livingston, you run this offense. Every second you run this offense, you keep the ball out of Ty Cobb's hands.
A very experienced Livingston team. Everybody on the floor, for the most part, especially Tucker Miller, Cole Harris, Rocco Carwile, they played a lot of ball. That's Harris. Looking at a 2-3 look out of the Bees. Stretched way out, finds Tucker Miller. Tucker almost has it swiped. Now it is stolen. Cobb tipped it up in the air, went right to Jack Torrance. Now ahead to Cobb. Cobb barrels in and a charge. Rocco Carwile takes a lot of them. He takes the contact there, and Ty Cobb called for the first foul of the game. and he disagrees.
And I'll tell you, I actually agree with the call. Again, we talked about it in the girls' game. Look at the defender. What did the defender do wrong? I thought the defender had good position, and Cobb created the contact. I thought it was a good call.
5:45 to go in the first quarter. Livingston would love for it to be a little bit slow, a little bit ugly style of game. Is that one to get another steal? Back-to-back turnovers. This time Huddleston with it. He goes coast to coast, and now a collision and one. That time Hammock didn't have the position, and Evan Huddleston with a tough finish. He'll go to the line to try to complete a three-point play.
We talk about it. Third time, what did the defender do wrong there? Everything. And that's a foul on the defender. Bucket goes in, gets a free throw.
A trip to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for Evan Huddleston to try to complete a three-point play. 2.5 minutes in, we finally have points in this one. And the free throw goes through. Baseball player and basketball player, Evan Huddleston. Of course, his older brother, Mr. Baseball, Eli Huddleston. As Hammock flips a pass, and that one went off the official, out of play, and it'll go to the Bees. And Jimmy Miller not thrilled. He's going to send Parker Beachboard, all-name team, first candidate on the list in the Upper Cumberland. Parker Beachboard,
I like it.
Into the game.
Now, there was a Beachboard that played at Livingston, a female, years ago, was an absolute stone-cold killer. Has to be Ken. I don't know.
Gotta be. I'm sure the comments will let us know.
Let us know who that was. Katrina Beachboard, I think, was her name.
Now Cobb in a low block, able to find Torrance. That's a great feed. And Jack Torrance gives Cobb an assist. To Sonia Brown, the American Way Real Estate 3, and Livingston quickly finds themselves down 6-0. And they've got to limit the turnovers. Pass over to Tucker Miller. You cannot give this Upperman team extra possessions. Brody Miller with it. Livingston found themselves down 19 in the first meeting. Roared all the way back. They hit a 3 at the buzzer to make it a 4-point game, or a 1-point game rather, as Tucker Miller splashes in the Twin Lakes Tractor 3. Fun stat from the girls' game, there were no threes for Livingston. Speaking of threes, Ty Cobb from way downtown misses it. 6-3, Livingston with a chance within a bucket. Here's Miller across the timeline. Finds Beachboard. Back to Miller. Trying to move the zone a little bit, see if they can get a good look. Rocco Carwile's got to be careful, sticking those arms out. Official just warned him in that low block. Harris, mid-range merchant, no good. Rebound down to a waiting Ty Cobb. Cobb eyes up the whole way. Coast to coast, kicks to an open Huddleston. Extra feed, Torrance. Deep three, no good. Rebound down, Beachboard sends it to Miller on the outlet. Miller swiped by Huddleston, saves it in, but right to Harris. It's still loose. Huddleston stole it back with a dive. Ahead to Cobb, back to Chaffin. Loads up and is fouled. Chaotic sequence. And Brody Miller and Bronston Chaffin exchange a couple of words as Brody will be called for his second personal foul. And that sends Hammock back to the table for Livingston. Bronston Chaffin to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. And how about the effort of Evan Huddleston on the defensive end?
Oh, absolutely. Save the ball, get the fast break going. A lot of athletes on the court on both sides.
First one for Chaffin is no good. Upperman now 0 for 3. 1 for 4 at the line. Huddleston converted the and one earlier. Next one up for Chaffin. That one's no good. 0 for 2, and we have a whistle and a lane violation. So Bronston Chaffin will get another free throw. Rocco Carwile got a head start. And if he misses it, it's just going to add on to the students who are cheering. If he makes it, it'll quiet them for a moment. 6'4", 230-pound Bronston Chaffin misses another one. 0 for 3 at the line. And Jimmy Miller got to hide a smile over there. 3:40 to go in the first quarter. Rocco Carwile has it right wing side. Carwile crosses over, and a hand check is the call. Branson Turnbow going to pick up his first. Team second against the Bees, 3:33. A lot of threes on the board right now.
You didn't tell me the goose was loose in here.
The goose is loose. Michael Lindsay's in the building. I'm sure he's got great photos and highlights coming from that girls' game as Tucker Miller has it. Miller sends right side, Hammock back to Miller. Also, at the top of this gym, it is 18,765 degrees, just in case anybody was wondering. Left side Beachboard. Deep three, no. Turnbow with the rebound, finds Cobb. Cobb with a head of steam, outrunning everybody. Ty Cobb, 2 First 2 tonight for Cobb. He finishes so silky smooth inside. And it's a 5-point Upperman lead. And the Upperman students who are here to our right are letting them know how the familial relation that Ty Cobb has to Livingston Academy. One of their parents, as according to them.
El Padre?
Yes, as Beachport has it. Now Harris into the low block. Carwile is disrupted by Chaffin and Cobb. Now Cobb with the outlet feed from Johnson. Cobb eyes up the whole way. Little flip. It was tipped to Turnbow. Not sure how that goes in the stat sheet, but it's a 2 for Branson Turnbow.
That's not how they drew it up, but
the pinball. Now it's 10-3. Livingston does not want to find themselves in another big hole. They know they can claw out of it, but you'd rather not. And now it's a steal for Branson Turnbow. Another turnover for the Wildcats. Turnbow hit on the arm. Doesn't matter. Finishes the 2. Officials missed that one. It's a break for Livingston, but a 30-second timeout called by Jimmy Miller. And Jimmy Miller working the team. He knows how to work some refs as well, Jeremy.
One of my favorite Jimmy Miller stories. I'm up here refereeing, and my good friend Bobby Rollins is refereeing with us. And I'm like in this situation, a timeout. I'm at the top of the key, and Jimmy calls Bobby over there, and they talk. And then I just see Bobby's face turn red, and I'm like, what? So he comes over to me. He says, "You'll never guess what Miller said to me." I said, "What?" He said, "I love it when you call my games here, Bobby." And I thought, well, my gosh, Bobby, what a great compliment. He said, because I can see over you while you're refereeing.
Oh. Bobby Rollins is a little bit vertically challenged.
Oh, my gosh.
That is hilarious.
Oh, yeah, because I can see over you while you're refereeing.
Meanwhile, tonight, Livingston's got to be careful. 12-3. Upperman really turning them over. They cannot afford to keep giving the ball to this aggressive defense, as now may have been a spill of a bottle or something over there, so they're getting that cleaned up. 12-3 already, and it's 12-3, and Ty Cobb only has 2 points. That's not what you need if you're Jimmy Miller, which is why that was a very animated discussion he just had with his group. Wasn't talking to the officials in that timeout. That was fully focused on his 5.
Absolutely. And like you mentioned, could have even been worse had they saw the contact on the elbow.
Yeah, that was clear. Should have been an and 1 as Miller gives to Carwile. Now they try to speed it up. Beachport ahead. The problem is now it's another turnover. Maybe. Nope, out of play. It'll stay with Livingston. Upperman can go really fast if they need to, and you've seen a little bit of that early on.
You know, and this is on Livingston right now to put up a fight, because you could turn around and this 11-point lead could be a 25-point lead with the firepower that Upperman's got.
Beachport sends over right side to Miller. Miller surveying, working on Collier Bush. Now to Beachport. Upperman really stretching that zone out to the shooters. Miller floats back to the logo again. Now right side Carter Harris into the low block for Carwile. Carwile lost it. Went right into the waiting hands of Colton Johnson, who had great position. Now Bush ahead to Cobb. Thinks about it. Now skip pass across to Turnbow. Turnbow drives. He'll skip it out. Cobb couldn't quite keep that one in. Had to go way up and just fingertipped it. A turnover. Back to Livingston.
Yeah, the guy I saw last night in Memphis probably would have caught that Wemby at 7'5".
That is absurd. Wemby.
It's ridiculous. You see him in person, it's ridiculous.
Here's Tucker Miller ahead. 1:25 to go in the first. Now Carter Harris. Carter has a pass tipped, nearly another steal. Beachport instead has it. Nice feed to Carwile, and he's fouled on the way up. Colton Johnson will be called for his first personal. Team's third, and Rocco Carwile goes to the Livingston Regional Hospital free throw line to shoot 2.
And Livingston, their free throw percentage is going to be huge for them tonight. They cannot give away points on gimme free throws.
First one is good. Rocco Carwile is not the tallest kid in the world. He's not short by any stretch of the imagination, but he's so smart inside in the lane about how he finishes and gets to the line. And he goes 2 for 2 at the charity stripe there. And Livingston's still in it. 7-point game. They withstood a little bit of a push. See if Upperman answers back. Cobb sends right side to Chaffin. Now Turnbow. Collier Bush to Chaffin. And now a moving screen will be called on Landon Hall down low. It'll be his first, team's 4th. 58.6 seconds to go in the first. Baseline inbound coming. Carwile sends over to Harris. Harris working through traffic. Mid-range pull-up. Mention he's so good in the mid-range. Can't find it yet, though, as Hall gets the rebound. And now ahead to Ty Cobb. He's thinking about it. He shoots it. It's on the way. Missed it off front iron. Rebound down. Could tell he was in his mind. Had a little bit of space. So far 0 for 3 from long range. All three, though, have been open. Here's Harris. Now a little flip pass to Miller. Livingston may be content to hold. Psych. Rocco Carwile drives inside, throws it up. No. Bronston Chaffin. Big inside. Now Bush ahead to Cobb. 16 seconds for Collier Bush. Works it over to Branson Turnbow. Now Bush. Back to Cobb. This time in rhythm. Delivers the three and hits it. Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Playing with fire, leaving Ty Cobb wide open. 2 seconds left for Beachboard. And they will not get a shot away. That brings us to the end of the first quarter. After one, it's Upperman 15, Livingston 5. Coverage presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau and Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this beautiful 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom home located just south of Cookeville. Boasting 2,700 square feet and a 2-car garage, this home features a very open floor plan with hardwood floors. You'll find great custom touches throughout, including a welcoming covered porch. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191 for more information.
Remind me, Coach.
Welcome back on the EJ's Barn scoreboard. Sparta leads Stone Memorial 35-31. Gordonsville leads Jackson County 15-12.
Wow.
The Sparta game was at halftime. The Gordonsville game was after 1. Jackson County facing a Gordonsville team that just got Jay Foster back into the lineup, and that is a huge boost for them. Didn't think he was going to be able to come back this season. He is back, and now Jackson County trying not to lose their first in-state game.
Let me tell you something. The McCrary kid at Jackson County is a baller. I love watching him play.
Cole Harris with a finish inside here for Livingston, who cuts the deficit down to 8. It's 15-7. I'm Noah McKay. He's Jeremy Tollison. Sure glad you're along with us as Bronston Chaffin finds Ty Cobb. Cobb, nice feed to Johnson, blocked, but it went right to Chaffin, who is fouled. It's a great block for Harris, and Bronston Chaffin was in the right place at the right time. And he's going to go shoot 2 where he is 0 for 3 at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Cole Harris picks up his first personal.
Does the one they called the lane violation on count?
I don't think officially it does, but he missed it, so. Yeah. As the first one is good. So officially 1 for 3 today for Bronston Chaffin.
Listen, I'm hardly ever correct, so if I'm ever right, I want to hop all over it.
And if you're not, they'll be sure to let us know.
They've already let me know that that
Parker
Katrina
Beachboard
is not his mother. So I said, well, let me know how they're kin then. No,
Now,
my buddy Larry, love him to death.
Chaffin goes 2 for 2. The Bees lead by 10 again. Ty Cobb only with 5 points. It's 17-7. Only with 5. He's on pace to score 20 tonight. As Harris has it, bounces it over to Hammock, averaging 27.5 a night. Hammock bounces a pass to nobody, but Beachboard able to run it down. Now Miller puts it on the deck, finds Carwile on the baseline. There goes Rocco Carwile. Outlet pass for Miller. Miller, little shoulder shrug. Now Parker Beachboard in the mid-range, back to Miller. Deep 3, he's got the range, and he hits it, a Twin Lakes tractor 3 for Tucker Miller. Now on the other end, here's Ty Cobb, accelerating baseline. Now an outlet pass to Chaffin. Bronston Chaffin lowers the shoulder, fires it to Johnson, couldn't get it cleanly. It's a pretty good pass, just couldn't catch it. Now Miller weaving through traffic. Livingston looking for momentum, down 7. Hammock to Harris. Harris into the mid-range, off the glass, and good for 2. Cole Harris with 4 points in the quarter, and a 10-point deficit's down to 5 for Livingston. Cobb on the other side, thinking about it again. They're daring him to shoot it. Now Huddleston's wide open for three. No good. Rebound down to Jagger Hammock. Hammock, little stutter step. There goes Livingston on a run. Hammock can't finish. Johnson with the board. Ahead to Cobb. Cobb walks up, met by Beachboard. Another skip pass. Finds Torrance. Torrance to a wide open Bronston Chaffin, who lays it in. 7-point lead again for Upperman. Stretching that press out a little bit. Carwile steps back from Miller. Thought about it. Just hit one from there. This time Huddleston disrupts it. Harris bounces it right to Chaffin. He tried to save it, and it's stolen right back. Now Harris throws up the shot. No. Johnson with the board. Ahead to Torrance. Torrance with Cobb on the other side. Instead finds Johnson, who ran the floor and is fouled. The second on Cole Harris. Colton Johnson to the line, shooting two.
And again, that's just traditional Upperman basketball. You know, running the floor, so many athletes. You know, you could tell they were looking for Cobb to see if he was going to go for a potential alley-oop, and Livingston had that locked down. They did not want to be on that poster. So just really going to the basket, and Johnson, strong finish to the basket.
First one for Colton Johnson is good. He's now 1 for 3 today. It's an Upperman team that certainly can score in a hurry. 15 in the first quarter, not a ton, but defensively they've been pretty good so far. But Livingston hanging around, trying to do what they did the first time. Even if they get in a hole, erase it quickly and make it interesting at the end. Give yourselves a chance. Hammock has it here. Hammock fires a pass that's tipped and went right to the waiting arms of Beachboard. Now he stops in the mid-range. That is a great play by Parker Beachboard for two. Now here's Huddleston on the other end. Left side for Ty Cobb. Cobb picks up his dribble, finds Chaffin, and that's total miscommunication. Upperman's out of sorts. Bobby McWilliams, see if he goes a timeout. Instead, he's just going to send Landon Hall and Branson Turnbow to the table to check in a 7-point game. Johnson and Huddleston check out. I'm not kidding. This may be the warmest I've ever been in a gym.
Well, I've got the nice Upper Cumberland Reporter pullover.
Courtesy of our friends at Nelson Trophy
Absolutely.
and Screen Printing.
Thank you.
As Turnbow commits the foul, trying to shield off as Beachboard ran by. It's a second on Turnbow. I have the short sleeves on. It doesn't matter. But I also have a little more insulation than you do.
Is that a hair joke?
No. It can be. I have more of that, too.
You've got a hat and hair. I have neither tonight.
As Carwile drives, he'll kick over to Beachboard in the corner. He triggers the three. Good. Parker Beachboard with a Twin Lakes tractor three, and Livingston's offense has roared to life. It's a 4-point game. Cobb has not been very active offensively tonight, as Turnbow sends to a wide-open Jack Torrance. His three is no good, and another one and done for the Bees. Tucker Miller bounces off a couple of defenders. Miller flips back to Hammock. Hammock drives and kicks. Beachboard on the other corner. His three. No, would have sent this place into a frenzy. Cobb with the board, and there goes Ty Cobb. Cobb lost it right off his own foot. Another turnover. Upperman out of sorts. Livingston trying to capitalize. There goes Miller into the low block. Spins, swipe, foul on the floor. A foul will be called. A little surprised we haven't seen a timeout by Bobby McWilliams here. Has all five in his back pocket. Evan Huddleston, Collier Bush, Colton Johnson back to the table for the Bees.
You know, and you feel like early in this game it's a 15-point game, but it's not. And Livingston has absolutely, this last 2 minutes, is playing really good basketball.
They are. And they're starting to get a little bit fast, hit a three or two. That's LA basketball to a T. Miller has it. Left side, Harris. Now he flips it to Tucker Miller. Parker Beachboard has it. Beachboard weaves through traffic. Back to Miller. Left side, Harris. Harris drives inside, gets to position, but no good. Johnson with a rebound. Ty Cobb getting a breather here. He's on the sideline. Turnbow has it. Sends to Bush. Turnbow finds Huddleston. Back to Collier Bush. Turnbow in the mid-range. Skip pass for Evan Huddleston. Huddleston drives and kicks to Turnbow. Turnbow throws up the runner with the right hand. No, another empty possession for the Bees, and another chance for Livingston. Ahead to Hammock. The ton of speed. Hammock swiped. Collier Bush got a hand on it. It's a jump. The arrow belongs to Upperman, and Ty Cobb's breather lasts about 25 seconds. He's back to the table. and in for Branson Turnbow. 3:04 to go in the second quarter. It's 21-17. Huge crowd online watching. We welcome you in. Please hit that thumbs up button on YouTube if you haven't already. And subscribe to the channel as well. Over 500 devices tuning in tonight for this one. There's over 600 at the end of the girls' game. Left side, Ty Cobb. Again, triggers the three. That one's no good. And that rebound tipped out of play. Tucker Miller couldn't grab it. Upperman gets it back. They have left Ty Cobb open opportunities, and he's a bit cold from long range. See if he starts trying to get inside. They're plugging it up with that 2-3. Bush to inbound, sends up for Hall. He tips it. It's still loose, and it's stolen away. Another turnover for the Bees. The script has flipped from the first quarter, and a foul will be called. And this is 2 free throws upcoming for Livingston Academy, traveling to the Livingston Regional Hospital free throw line. Jagger Hammock to the line. Apologies, Jeremy.
No, you're fine. I was going to say, if you're Jimmy Miller, I mean, everything you want is happening right now. Cobb is a little off, shot selection for Upperman, probably not what Coach McWilliams is wanting. You're hitting shots. You're hanging in there. You're a huge underdog. But, again, we said this right before they tipped off. You don't care. This is the last time a lot of these seniors get Upperman on this home court. They don't want to lose the Upperman ever.
As the next free throw is good, Hammock splits them, and it's within a score after a 10-point deficit. It's been whittled down to 3. Kind of the inverse of the girls' game.
Sure.
As Cobb has it. Sends to Collier Bush. Bush thinks about it, double clutches, shoots, and misses. Another missed 3 for the Bees. Can't buy a bucket in this quarter. Hammock sends right side to Miller. Shot fake, now he pulls up. That's a 2. No good. Rebound down to Landon Hall. Hall fires a dangerous feed that somehow finds Collier Bush. Now Huddleston. Back to Bush. Cobb posted out in the corner. Now he's going to float the baseline. Hall dribbles inside. Turnaround shot and one. Landon Hall with the finish. And I believe Rocco Carwile, and it will be him, picks up his first personal, and Hall to the line. Off the bench, Landon Hall, a big weapon for this Upperman team. Bronston Chaffin back to the table and in the game.
But if you're Upperman, you think of it this way as well, as you're out of sync, things just don't feel, the flow just doesn't feel good. You're still up by 5.
Right. And so let me see, team, I mentioned there are 2 losses in the district to Upperman and Stone, each by less than 5 points. As Landon Hall does complete that 3-point play, and Upperman sees their lead balloon back a little bit to 6. Hammock weaving through traffic. Hammock bounces it ahead. A drive off the glass. That's a great take for Cole Harris off the glass. 6 points in the quarter for Cole Harris. They get those points right back as Huddleston off the screen. Simply has not been enough Ty Cobb for the Bees offensively, but Evan Huddleston finishes the 2 there. 5 points for him in half number 1. Jack Torrance to the table for the Bees. You can see they rotate a little bit more than Livingston does. Outside Miller. Nice feed to a wide open Parker. Beach board, no good. Rebound tipped and a foul. They're calling Bronston Chaffin for a foul? No. Okay, Cole Harris is called for the foul.
I'm with you.
He pointed right at Bronston Chaffin. And that is the 3rd on Cole Harris. That's a huge call.
Yeah, I thought he was pointing at him too. He might have said, hey, you got fouled.
Yeah, it was interesting. 26-20 the score. But that is, Cole Harris has been huge in this quarter. 6 points already, and he's forced out with 3 fouls. Huddleston to Chaffin. Flip pass over for Johnson. Double teamed. Puts it up. No good. Rebound tipped. Maybe a little contact goes uncalled. 60 seconds to play in the first half. 26-20. Carwile, a little inside out with Beachboard. Beachboard to Miller. Now around to Hammock. Hammock puts it on the deck. Sends out for Carwile. Carwile, back right side. Now back to Beachboard. Huddleston tries to force a turnover. Beachboard works around with that right-hand dribble. Now flips to Hammock. Hammock has Cobb stepping up, and it's stolen away by Cobb. Flips it ahead. Cobb goes up and is fouled. And it's getting chippy. Livingston and Upperman on the floor. It's getting chippy. There's also some flopping going on all over this floor right now. And now what's the discussion here?
Yeah, I had my eyes turned away from that, so I don't know exactly what happened. But, you know, obviously Coach Miller's upset. He felt like they got fouled on one end and they called the foul on the other end.
And there's no extra call there, so they had a quick discussion. Foul goes on Brody Miller. 20. That's Jagger Hammock. It's his second. And Ty Cobb's at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2 with 26 seconds to go in the first half. Yeah, it's a rivalry game tonight as the first free throw for Cobb's good. Just 6 points for Ty Cobb. Has not touched it very much here in this half. Next one for Cobb, the sophomore. Flies it away and hits 2 for 2 at the line. And Branson Turnbow will check in for this defensive possession. 26.2 on the clock. Upperman's lead is back to 8. Miller has it. The right side, Hammock. Hammock accelerates ahead, and a bump and a call. Last one Upperman had to give. Evan Huddleston picks up his second personal. .5 to go in the second. Hammock bounces it to Carwile. Back to Hammock. Surveys, flips back Beachboard. Beachboard. Spins a couple of times, in some trouble. Able to find Hammock. 3 seconds for Hammock. Bounces it inside. They're not going to get a shot away. Good defense by the Bees in the half court. Leads us to the end of the first half. After 2, it's Upperman 28, Livingston 20. You're watching high school basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment and the Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares? What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day. What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality Family of Services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
SwallowsInsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do. Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman basketball on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer with a huge selection of outdoor power equipment including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Our Overton County Livingston Farm Bureau is proud to support Livingston Academy Athletics. Christy Key, Corey Norrod, and John Godwin are always ready to help you with all your home, car, and life insurance needs. Located at 7486 Bradford Hicks Drive in Livingston, stop by and see them or give them a call at 931-823-1322. Go Hog-Eye!
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares? What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day. What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
Looking for the perfect home but can't find exactly what you want? Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has you covered. Choose your lot and one of their floor plans or build your own that fits the lot. Select your finishes and upgrades while working with expert represented builders Bedrock Homes LLC and Maplewood Construction LLC. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind opportunity. For more information on these new homes with open floor plans and modern designs, call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this beautiful 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom home located just south of Cookeville. Boasting 2,700 square feet and a 2-car garage, this home features a very open floor plan with hardwood floors. You'll find great custom touches throughout, including a welcoming covered porch. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191 for more information. Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back as we gear up for the second half. Upperman leads Livingston 28-20. I'm Noah McKay. He's Jeremy Tollison. Happy to be along with you. Ty Cobb leads the game in scoring with 7 points, then a host with 3, 4, or 5 for Livingston. It was 6 for Cole Harris, but he got into some foul trouble and went to the bench. Tucker Miller also hit a couple of threes for 6 points. And kind of a nip and tuck first half, and Upperman ends up being up 8 at the end of it, but Livingston certainly hanging tough.
No, Livingston is playing well, and Livingston is playing well, and that's why the game is still close. You know, Upperman's still in a lull, but that, again, we talked about that kind of shows their firepower. You know, they're in a lull. Things are just kind of off a little bit, and you've still got an 8-point lead against one of your biggest rivalries.
Livingston basketball as we get back to action here. Matthew Sells is in the building. His honor tonight for being all-time leading scorer at Livingston Academy, over 2,600 career points. Now he's starting for the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles team, men's basketball team, I should say. And good to see Matthew back in the building. He's part of that, one of the first classes that I saw all the way through covering sports in the Upper Cumberland.
Well, and I refereed him when he was in 4th grade.
There you go. Well, I started before Matthew started, but it is the ones I saw all the way through. As Carwile drives in, and a foul will be called on the floor for a block. There's this one on. Johnson and Chaffin were both there. It goes on Bronson Chaffin. That's his first. Into the corner for Livingston, Tucker Miller. Miller picked up by Cobb, fires a dangerous pass, and a foul is called. And it's going to be the second on Bronson Chaffin of this possession.
Maybe on Johnson. No, it's on Chaffin. You're right.
It's on Chaffin. They call him for a bump. And he gives a thumbs up to his sideline, says, I'm good, I know. Can't take another one. As Miller sends over to Brody. Brody and Tucker go back and forth. Now Carwile, Rocco Carwile gives around now Brody Miller. Brody to Beachboard. He's earned the right to be on the floor. He played really well in that first half, and he's out there now. Cole Harris again with 3 fouls. He's on the floor as that pass is tipped, but finds Tucker Miller. Miller into the mid-range. Now skip pass for Rocco Carwile. Lines up the tray. No good. Rebound tipped out of play. Johnson couldn't save it. Stays with Livingston. Long possession here. Already been 1 minute and 7 seconds with it on this end. Parker Beachboards inbound, swatted by Cobb, and again stays with Livingston. .653. Rocco Carwile flips it to Parker Beachboard. He weaves through the middle of the traffic, now back out. Brody Miller to Harris, swipe from behind by Huddleston, and it ends with a turnover. Now Jack Torrance drives and is fouled. A little bit of a hard fall. He's okay. Tucker Miller going to be called for his personal. That's his first. Team's first. Those long possessions are okay if you're Livingston, but you really like to leave them with some points. Torrance has it left side, now finds Johnson. See if they get Cobb more involved running this offense. Obviously, they're at their best when he's doing that. Huddleston to Cobb from the volleyball line. No good. Still ice cold from three-point land. Just one of them tonight. Is that a bunch of looks? Now nice stutter step. Cole Harris explodes and finishes. 8 points now leads all scorers for Cole Harris. Livingston back within 6. Feels like the crowd is just looking for something to go crazy about as Torrance finds Huddleston. Now right side for Torrance again. Cobb's wide open, has this one, lines it up, and hits. Ty Cobb with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. You're playing with fire. Doesn't matter how many he's missed by letting him get that open over and over and over again.
And what's he silently got 10 or 11 points?
He has 10 points now after that 3. He's a 40% three-point shooter. That one's out of bounds. Beachboard bounced it off his leg. I think he's about 2 for 6 or 2 for 7 tonight, but that could change in a hurry. Livingston's got to be careful. 5:44 to go in the third. It's a 9-point Upperman lead. They've led by as many as 10 tonight. Cobb to Huddleston. Now Torrance. Flips it into Chaffin. Now wide open. Down low is Johnson, but he couldn't finish. Got it back. Turns, puts it up. That one's no good. Bronston Chaffin with a two-hand slam. Out of nowhere comes 6'4", 230 flying through the air, and Jimmy Miller needs a minute to talk about it. He takes a full Swallows insurance timeout. We'll take it with him and be back. Don't go anywhere.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Bronston Chaffin's putback slam gives Upperman their largest lead of the game. It's 33-22 as the Bees try to take a stranglehold on District 7 AAA. They win it. They remain all alone in first place, obviously. They'll be still 2 games up on Stone, who found themselves down to Sparta at halftime. We'll keep you updated on it on the EJ's Barn scoreboard. If Stone loses tonight and Upperman wins this game, it's over. If Upperman wins this game, it's over. They'd have to get upset every time from here on out, and it still wouldn't matter if Stone lost tonight because Upperman has the head-to-head tiebreaker over the Panthers, and they would have it over Livingston if they win this game this evening. Miller has it. Skip pass across, finds Carwile. He starts into the low block. Turnaround shot swatted by guess who? Ty Cobb. Now his pass nearly stolen. It's loose on the floor. Beachboard has it. Saves it to Carwile. Now Carwile stops, fires back for Beachboard. He traveled. Livingston starting to have some self-inflicted wounds here in quarter number 3, but still down just 11. Always good to have my buddy Jeremy with me. As we in the tournament time, he's going to keep me sane. As Cobb goes across the line.
Which is not actually an easy job.
You don't have to
duty.
say actually. People believe that. As it kicks out to wide open, Evan Huddleston for 3, and here comes Upperman. Evan Huddleston with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3, and the Bees' lead has ballooned to 14.
You know, the Chaffin dunk gives them a spark, and then a great defensive block by Cobb, and then here we go, and like you said, Upperman starting to play Upperman basketball.
3 by Miller, no good. Chaffin with the board, sends to Huddleston. Here come the Bees ahead. Finds Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb, look for the tomahawk. He got blocked by the rim. Jumped too soon. That gets the students involved. Harris turns around, has it swatted by Torrance. Now it's a foot race, and nobody's going to catch Jack Torrance. Throws it up, and one. That is a very tough finish in transition for Jack Torrance, and he will go to the line.
And all of a sudden you blink at 16 points.
And now the Upperman students have reciprocated the "we can't hear you" chant to the Livingston students. And Jimmy Miller needs another 30 to talk about things. And that gives me an opportunity to tell you about our friends at Power of Putnam. We so appreciate their sponsorship. Been with us for a long time on our website, and this year jumping on to some of the live streams. Parents and caregivers, the best defense starts at home. Take a time out to talk with your youth about the dangers of substance misuse. Talk, they hear you. For important resources, including conversation tips, visit powerofputnam.org. Livingston trailed by 19 in the first meeting. They came back, only lost by 1. Right now they find themselves down 16, and the turnovers really mounting for the Wildcats. They're going to have to figure out a way to crack back into this deficit in a hurry. But first, Jack Torrance is at the line.
Yeah, Livingston has got to find a way to get this thing back to single digits, or it's just going to get away from them.
3:47 to go in the third. Torrance flies away and hits. And it is all those players that we talk about with Upperman who have gotten it done today. 10 for Cobb, but then 8 for Torrance, 6 for Huddleston, 6 for Chaffin, 4 for Turnbow, etc., etc. Here comes Hammock. He sends a pass to Brody Miller, able to tiptoe, finds Tucker. Great feed. His three won't go. Cobb with the rebound, and now here comes Ty Cobb. Fires a pass over to Chaffin. Chaffin back to an open Cobb. Back and forth with Huddleston. Now there's the three, and it's good. Ty Cobb with his second Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 of the quarter, and now Upperman's lead has hit 20. Man, they can strike in a hurry. Now that's a heads-up play by Jagger Hammock to throw it off of Cobb to extend the possession as he was trapped.
One thing I like about Ty Cobb that I notice every time I watch him play is a lot of your really high-scoring superstars aren't as effective on the defensive side of the floor, but he is a stout defender as well.
We've got some really good games happening right now. I'll tell you about it on the EJ's Barnes scoreboard here in a moment as Brody Miller, shot fake, put back, blocked, got it again, blocked again. Landon Hall hosting a block party in the low block. And then he traveled as he lost his footing. It stays with Livingston. On the EJ's Barnes scoreboard, 45 seconds to go. Cookeville trails by 3 late in the fourth quarter. 45 seconds to go there against Laverne, and a block. Oh, the official motion charge and then changed to block, and they call Branson Turnbow for his third personal. He went to the head and then changed immediately with block as Evan Huddleston will check in. Also, Stone and White County tied at 45 in the fourth quarter. Last year, White County defeated Stone in Sparta, and it was the backbreaker that won Upperman the district. This year, a little different as Upperman has swept Stone, but could be a similar result as Carwile throws up the shot, no. And Chaffin was standing out of bounds still, hadn't reestablished position when he touched that one. So Livingston gets it back again, down 20 with 2:43 to go in the third quarter. And now we have a whistle and a timeout called by Bobby McWilliams on the floor. And Jimmy Miller's not happy with something. I'm not sure if he's not happy. He's just trying to get clarification. And a 30-second timeout is called on the floor with 2:43 on the clock. So, again, that game live on UCR2 in the final minute between Cookeville and Laverne. That's a really important boys game in that 7 triple or quadruple A region or district. We'll keep you updated on it as it is in that home stretch. Cookeville trying to force a steal. They can't yet in the full court press. Meanwhile, here it's going to be Livingston ball with 2:43 to go in the third. Upperman's on a big run. They ballooned a halftime lead and turned it into 20. Running out of time, Hammock able to find Tucker Miller. Miller with a pass into Brody. It's tipped and again stays with Livingston. A whole bunch of those on this set of possessions for Livingston Academy. And now Brody Miller throws it off the back of Bronsden Chaffin to inbound. Rocco Carwile inside. That's a tough finish for Rocco. Speaking of all named teams, Rocco Carwile is on the list as well. Back to an 18-point game. Chaffin has it. Flips it over for Landon Hall. Hall finds an open Ty Cobb. In rhythm for three. Got it. Look out. He wasn't having his best game, and all of a sudden he has 16 points on another Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3, and now a quick answer on the other end for Cole Harris, who has 10 points. Huddleston, Johnson, back to Cobb. Now he drives inside. Cobb bounces it for Huddleston. He triggers the tray. That's no good. Great rebound for Cole Harris. Harris over to Rocco Carwile. Carwile. Now Brody Miller kicks out. 3-ball on the way. That one's no good. Johnson with the rebound. Outlet pass to a running Ty Cobb. Cobb steps through. Couldn't finish, but gets fouled. The rare non-and one for Ty Cobb. This one goes on number 20. That's Jagger Hammock. His third, and Ty Cobb back to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line.
Cobb can just keep control in the air and play through contact, and he's just smooth.
Ten points in the quarter for Cobb, 17 in the game as he makes the first. Collier Bush in for Colton Johnson, or for Bronston Chaffin, rather. And Jack Torrance is going to come in for Ty Cobb with 90 seconds to play in the third. 2 for 2 for Cobb, and we have a foul away from the ball. Free throw will count, I believe.
It should.
Landon Hall is going to be called for a personal for a hold. That is his second, fourth team foul. Hammock sends over to Harris. Cole Harris, he's been really explosive finishing at the rack so far. He's trying to do it again here this time. Johnson turns him away, and they'll say he didn't actually block it, and it's a travel. Or double dribble, whichever. Take your pick. 1:20 to go in the third.
Both illegal.
Both are illegal. Okay. And both, I think, probably happened if they say it wasn't blocked. Torrance brings it up. Right side for Huddleston. Huddleston finds Jack Torrance. No Ty Cobb, no Bronston Chaffin. Where's the offense come from for Upperman? 1:04 to go. Livingston hopes it's from nowhere. And now down low, Landon Hall again. He's been called for 3 fouls in this game, all away from the basketball. And Bronston Chaffin's going to come back in. Upperman feels like there was a flop inside. 1:01 left. And they're right, but
there was definitely contact. He threw his shoulder into him, and now there was either a flop or that's the strongest kid I've ever seen.
Or he had a little Bruce Banner in him.
Exactly.
That's the art of flopping, though. You get a little contact and you make it look like a lot, and it's going the other way.
Just ask Patrick Mahomes.
100%.
If you want to know how to flop,
you can win a Super Bowl, man.
You get Patrick Mahomes and LeBron James and watch the film.
Carwile down low has it. Tries to work around Chaffin. Rocco sends back out. Now they swing it from Miller. Miller off a screen. Now back left side for Harris. 30 seconds left. Miller, a little tie-up with Jack Torrance. They call a foul on the floor, but it's going to be the bonus. As Torrance is called for his first personal. And Tucker Miller will go to the Livingston Regional Hospital free throw line to shoot 2. Ty Cobb's at the table. He's about to check back in for the final possession. First one is no good. Sorry for the announcer jinx, Livingston fans. Evan Huddleston gets a breather. Next one for Miller is on the way, and he makes the adjustment. Nothing but nylon. 7 tonight for Tucker, the 1,000-point scorer. Upperman with a 20-point advantage, and Ty Cobb activates and a block. They had a foul to give as Jagger Hammock. That's a big one. It's his 4th. Tried to stay in front of Ty Cobb, and the contact came. Staying in there with the deficit where it is. Ty Cobb surveys the floor and will go to work. Finds Bush. Bush now to Torrance. Ahead to Chaffin. Chaffin gets to his spot, sends it across to Johnson, and the big men put an exclamation point on a dominant quarter for the visitors. After 3, it's Upperman 49, Livingston 27. We'll have the finish when we come back. This is coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment and the Overton County Farm Bureau on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back as we enter the 4th and final quarter. Upperman has ballooned a lead up to 22 points. They outscore Livingston 21-7 in that frame, and have taken a stranglehold on this one and a stranglehold potentially on District 7 AAA. I'm Noah McKay. He's Jeremy Tollison. The lovely Madison McKay producing things for us. We'll be back. Broadcast coverage on Friday night games around the Upper Cumberland. I will be in Baxter as the Bees welcome into Cobb County. Ty Cobb drives baseline, finger roll good. It was a slow night for Ty Cobb, and he has 20 points. Mr. Basketball. Rocco Carwile has it. You can argue with the wall about that one.
Legitimately, who's his competition?
Well, within their own. So outside of our area, is there a foul will be called for Cobb for a bump? And the official's not happy with Jimmy Miller working him the whole time, saying, I saw it. There's a kid out in Greenville who's very, very good. A kid at Tennessee High who's very, very good. Sure. And, of course, in our backyard, if it's not Ty, it better be Cade Capps, as that one's poked up into the air and stolen away. Now Cobb has it in the half court. Finds Torrance. Jack Torrance for 3. Good. Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 for Jack Torrance. Bodies hitting the floor everywhere. And an intentional foul has been called. On what? There were bodies hitting the floor everywhere, and Bobby McWilliams is not happy at all, and he's saying, what did you see?
And let's talk about an intentional foul real quick. You know, for there to be an intentional foul, it either has to be A, excessive, or B, you did not make any play at the basketball. So I guess, you know, in his opinion, he felt like that the contact was excessive and unnecessary, and that's why he went with an intentional foul.
They call Colton Johnson for it, and Colton Johnson hit the floor. And then a Wildcat hit the floor. And the official just motioned to Bobby McWilliams to come to him as the first one for Tucker Miller. I believe missed. We were looking at what's happening over there. It did. The next one is up, and that one is good, and it will be the ball for Livingston.
I love the rivalry because Jimmy Miller did not like the fact that Bobby McWilliams was on the court. And by rule, they shoot the 2, and it should be Livingston basketball where the foul happened, so down here. And my buddy Mark's having a come-to-Jesus meeting with 10 players on the court.
And Rosda Chaffin giving the fist bump, offering. I wonder how genuine that was, as Huddleston's going to bring it in.
Peace offering.
Hey, these two teams don't like each other, by the way, just in case you were wondering. And unfortunately, the game has gotten completely out of hand. And that can lead to some more stuff. As now this is Harrison's over to Miller in the corner. His 3's on the way and good. Tucker Miller hits his 3rd. Twin Lakes tractor 3 of the game.
And as an official, you definitely want to stay on top of this and not let this get in the ditch.
Chaffin drives, Carwile flopped and got called for a block.
It's a good call. And in this situation, you can't let any contact go, and you just got to call the foul. And if you've got to call 42 fouls between now and the end of the game, then that's just what you do.
Well, the commentator has a migraine, so I'm going to rebuke that thought in the name of Jesus, that there will be 42 fouls called in the next 5.
Do you want me to do the rest of this by myself? Well, I have no idea how to take any of this apart.
You'll have to be my wife's ride home because we drove together. I borrow your car or something. Cobb with a no-look feed to Jack Torrance. Can't finish the three. Rebound down to Carwile. Ahead to Harris. Livingston needs some quick buckets. Cole Harris has it. Turns away from Huddleston. Kicks over left side. Three ball for Jagger. Hammock is good. Back-to-back corner threes for Livingston Academy. First triple of the game for Jagger Hammock, and Livingston's within 23. Cobb in the half court. Fires a pass that's tipped by Harris, and Austin McWilliams just got taken out. Think he's okay. That may be the best golfer in the building that just got taken down. Jacob's not here. It would be Jacob. And now we have a whistle and a stoppage.
I think Austin McWilliams should get 2 shots for that.
Now what do we have?
I think we're getting SRO over here for something.
Okay. So I'm not intending to be silent. I just don't know what's going on. We don't want to report anything that we don't know about. The athletic director, Mr. Teeples, is being called over. Good thing is Coach McWilliams is okay after getting – that was going into the sideline trying to save the ball and right into the bench. Doesn't seem like anything.
You know, typically if an official gets administration, they're going to talk to a fan of some sort.
Yep. And that's exactly what's happening. Again, didn't want to go silent, but when you don't know what's going on, the worst thing we can do is just start yapping and acting like we know what's going on. We're back to action now after that brief stoppage. Ty Cobb with it. 20 points tonight for him. And he'll send left side for Torrance. Now Bronston Chaffin has it. Chaffin working on Carwile. Turns, now throws up the shot and is fouled. Carwile going to be called for his 4th, and Bronston Chaffin to the Sonia Brown with America Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2, where he is 2 for 4 so far this evening.
Yeah, and that stings for Carwile because Bronston Chaffin's so strong. He just goes up, and the defender's just kind of off balanced a little bit and catches one in the mouth and gets the foul called on him. That's a double whammy.
And now we have a potential clock issue or something of the sorts. Yes, we did have a clock issue because the clock in the screen is not even with the clock in the gym, which means the clock in the gym is wrong typically. Madison was right. They put it wrong in the gym. As the first free throw is good for Bronston Chaffin. He's having a good night. Working on potentially a double-double. Up to 7 points now. Collier Bush in for Jack Torrance. Next one, no good off the front iron for Chaffin. Just a junior. Ty Cobb, a sophomore. Now Rocco Carwile has it. Sends left side to Harris. Now corner 3 on the way from the other side. No. Fight for the rebound, and a foul will be called. It's on Rocco Carwile. It's his 5th, and I think it is. That will end Rocco Carwile's night. Subbed out with 4 points on the evening after fouling out with 6:04 to go in the game. Played hard this evening. It's a tough matchup with having to play inside with these bigs. 6'4", 6'3". Cobb playing above the rim as well. It's a tough task, but ultimately comes to an end with his 5th foul. Cobb across the line here in a 21-point game, and he's in no hurry. Sends it to Chaffin. Chaffin acts like he's going to shoot. He has shot a few threes this year. Hit a couple. Now sends left side for Evan Huddleston. Back to Chaffin. Finds Ty Cobb. Cobb skies up in the mid-range. No good. Rebound ricocheted around. Grabbed by Brody Miller. Sends it ahead to Harris. Bronston Chaffin wanted to travel. Heard it all the way up here. 3 ball up for Harris. That's no good. Huddleston with the board. And he is fouled. And this will be the 4th foul called on Livingston so far. Brody Miller called for his 3rd personal. And we're going to work on your 42 fouls that you talked about, Jeremy. Thank you for putting that into existence. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. I'm just here for the people.
Which people?
Apparently the three in the stripes.
As Bush has it, sends to Huddleston. Somebody has to be. As Huddleston has it, sends to Bush. Now Chaffin with room to operate. Goes up strong, too strong, no good. Rebound tipped around. Tucker Miller has it. Now an outlet pass, out of play, and it goes back to Upperman. Next up, a big one for Livingston. On the road at Stone Memorial on Friday night. Upperman welcomes into Cobb County on Friday. And if they hold on here, they can officially win the district on Friday night with a win over DeKalb because they have the tiebreaker over Stone. That is pending as Johnson inside finishes and one, pending the result of Stone and Sparta tonight. Brody Miller picks up his fourth, and Colton Johnson to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. We want to say a thank you to our presenting sponsors tonight, Christy Key and Company over with Overton County Farm Bureau here in Livingston. They sponsor all of our Livingston streams, Gentry's Power Equipment, all of our Upperman streams, your hometown steel dealer. Tell them thank you. Make sure you use their services. Wouldn't be here without them as Johnson does cash the free throw, and it's back to a 24-point game.
That is how you thank them, isn't it? Go use their services, spend your money with them, and thank them for covering all these high school athletes.
Up and under. What a finish inside for Jagger Hammock. And now on the other end, Colton Johnson has it. Sends it in for Jack Torrance. Torrance back to Cobb. Cobb waits on a screen. Now steps away from it. Goes through. Right side. Cobb. Alley-oop. Bronston Chaffin went for the finesse and got fouled on the way back up. Carter Harris picks up his first. Cookeville falls to Laverne tonight on the EJ's Barn scoreboard, 49-45. We will let you know as soon as we get a score. And Austin says Sparta beat Stone tonight.
Wow.
For the second consecutive year. We will have the final for you momentarily as the first one for Chaffin is no good. Next one does go through for Chaffin. Final on the EJ's Barn scoreboard, White County 62, Stone Memorial 56.
Wow.
Upsets on both sides of girls and boys basketball in 7 AAA tonight, as now that one goes through the legs and out of play. It's a turnover back the other way.
It's a good night for White County, isn't it? A girls win, a boys win, and a Livingston win.
Exactly right.
A Livingston girls win.
And we're going to do some tiebreakers and figure out if what I think happens actually happens, if this result holds with Upperman holding a 23-point lead. Ahead to Evan Huddleston. Huddleston to Bronston Chaffin. The three is in his mind.
He wanted it.
Now he has it in the corner. He's going to shoot it. Nope. Bounces it back out to Huddleston. Now over to Jack Torrance.
If it was a football, he could throw it right in there.
He bobbled that what he's thinking about. He really could.
Maybe down here on the other end, right in there.
100% as Torrance. Maybe easier for him to throw it over on that end.
Exactly.
Torrance has it again, yarded by Miller under 3 minutes to play. Now Huddleston finds Chaffin, fires into Colton Johnson for the easy lay. Now another turnover. Ty Cobb in the half court. Drives baseline and one. Ty Cobb with another finish. And he's returning back to the line. You can count that one. Jagger Hammock has fouled out of the game. And Upperman's about to win District 7 AAA in the regular season with a week and a half to go in the regular season. They will have a 3-game lead over Livingston and over Stone. And they will have the head-to-head tiebreaker, so they could lose their last 3 against both. I believe. Don't fully quote me on that. I'll tell you for sure here in a moment. Yes, they will have it as a foul is called against the Bees. Jack Torrance going to pick up the personal.
You know, Noah, right before half, we go into this game could potentially go either way, depending on who comes out, and Upperman just came out, and here we are sitting almost a 30-point game.
And the big three, Johnson, Chaffin, and Cobb's day is done. I'm not sure Upperman expected to win the district tonight in the regular season, but they are going to have locked up the first round bye, and seeding-wise, the best path through that tournament at the conclusion of this game because of Sparta's win tonight over Stone Memorial. And how about that win for Eric Mitchell's squad tonight in White County as that shot's up inside, no good. Landon Hall with the rebound, finds Branson Turnbow. Upperman's lead is 29 points. Huddleston over to Collier Bush. He bounces to Turnbow. Now Torrance went right through his hands out of play, and it goes the other way. I'm Noah McKay. This is Jeremy Tollison. Jeremy, you remember him, high school football game of the week with me in the basketball booth here. Hopefully a little bit more in February as the three ball is up and good. That's a Twin Lakes Tractor three for Cole Harris. Starters still in there who haven't fouled out for Jimmy Miller's team. The backups, and largely a mix of backups, I should say, for the Bees. As Landon Hall inside with two. I'll tell you, Landon Hall's had a nice game off the bench. Stick around. We'll have a brief Legacy House post-game show, go through the scoring, and have the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game as Cole Harris adds two more. He's got 15 tonight. Turnbow sends ahead to Huddleston. Back out to Bush. Sism and Maynard to the table for the Bees, about to check in. Over to Huddleston. Now Huddleston back out to Torrance. 1:15 to play. The Bees playing hot potato. Four corners a little bit. Now Bush to Turnbow. Back out to Bush. Now Torrance. To Bush. Turnbow. Kicks over to Huddleston. Why is this team so highly ranked? Part of it, if this is your kind of two team, these five would be pretty competitive on any given night. Yeah. Huddleston has it. He starts to drive in. Huddleston, right-hand lane, no. Rebound tipped out. Harris comes away again. Why not some more for Cole Harris? Euros through, and the foul is called.
And just like you and I have talked a little bit during the game is, Upperman kind of in a lull in the first half, the beginning of the third quarter a little bit in a lull. And then all of a sudden just kind of start playing their game and 25-plus point lead.
First one for Harris goes through. He's at the Livingston Regional Hospital free throw line. And the students are chanting for the freshmen that they want to see check into the game. That was for Lofton Crouch, that we want Lofton chant. Diego Hernandez into the game as Jimmy Miller starts to empty his bench a little bit. Turnbow gives off to Bush.
Stop it and let him in.
Turnbow has it, 30 seconds to go. And they're just going to kill it down. This Finn Sism up and under, no good. A rebound ricochets. Cole Harris still in. That's part of the reason why Bobby McWilliams hasn't completely emptied his bench. And we have another foul because the official just wants to get paid overtime tonight. Can we please go home? As Finn Sism gets called for his first, and two more coming for Cole Harris.
If that's a foul in the first quarter, it's a foul in the fourth quarter, Noah.
It's not a foul in the fourth quarter of a 33-point game. Or whatever this is. 20, what is it? 23. My apologies. 23.
Michael Jordan.
Cole Harris has been scoring some points. It's gotten closer. He cashes them. And now his night is done. 15 seconds to go. And Branson Turnbow can dribble it out if he chooses. Sends over to Maynard. Back to Turnbow. And a clinical second half by the number one ranked team in the state propels them to the regular season District 7 AAA title. They get it done tonight. Final score, Upperman 66, Livingston Academy 44. We welcome you into the Legacy House post-game show, Legacy House in Smithville. We appreciate their sponsorship of us here at UCR as we tally up the scoring. Jeremy, was it the prettiest game we've seen Upperman play all season, and yet they still come in here on the road and knock off a good Livingston team by 22 points?
Yeah, exactly, and you just hit the nail on the head. Livingston is a good basketball team. Came in with a 4-game winning streak. They're a good basketball team, and they kind of had Upperman stifled in the first half, and then Upperman just kind of regrouped. Probably the biggest difference is Ty Cobb the shots started falling a little bit. He got a little more confident, and then we turned it into almost a 25, 30-point game.
Scoring from the game is as follows. First for Livingston, who falls to 15-10 on the season. I'll tell you, this one against Stone all of a sudden, with Stone losing tonight at Sparta, becomes very interesting as there is a real battle potentially for a first-round bye for that 2 seed. Livingston is 5-3 in the district, but so is Stone Memorial. They see their 4-game winning streak snap tonight for Livingston Academy. Cole Harris with 18 points, 11 for Tucker Miller, 6 for Jagger Hammock, 5 for Parker Beachboard, 4 for Rocco Carwile, for a team total of 44. For the Bees, who run their winning streak to 10 games and get win number 20 of the season. They are 20-2 now, 7-0 in the district. They are 3 games up on everybody with tiebreakers in hand. They're going to be the 1 seed in the district tournament. 23 points for Ty Cobb tonight, continuing his Mr. Basketball campaign. 11 for Jack Torrance, 9 for Colton Johnson, 8 for Bronsden Chapin, 6 for Evan Huddleston, 5 for Landon Hall, and 4 for Branson Turnbow, for a team total of 66. It's time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Jeremy, who's it going to tonight?
For 2 quarters and a little bit of the third quarter, I honestly expected me to be able to give this to someone not named Ty Cobb. However, Ty Cobb basically said, not tonight. The Matumbo, and Ty Cobb jumped in here in the third quarter and took his Nelson Screen Printing Player of the Game trophy back, and it goes to Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb, without question, once again, is the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game here this evening. Well, it was the Lady Wildcats getting a huge victory earlier on tonight, and then Upperman splitting the doubleheader as they sweep the season series over the Wildcats with a victory in our nightcap. Your final score, Upperman 66, Livingston 44. We'll remind you to keep your eyes on UpperCumberlandReporter.com for the latest coverage of high school sports throughout the area, including coverage of these games tonight. Goose was here. He's having a MJ flu game. He's feeling a little rough, but he is here putting in the work. So reward him. Go like and share the content and read it on the website. More broadcast coverage coming up on Friday around the area. Will be headlined by the high school basketball game of the week when Cookeville takes on Lebanon. That girls' game, massive considering the game that happened to Cookeville against Stewart's Creek. If they win it, they still control their own destiny. If they lose it, it could be chaotic. The Cavaliers looking to bounce back after 2 straight losses in district play. I will be in Baxter when Upperman welcomes into Camp County for a doubleheader. We'll have coverage of other games as well. Pickett County traveling to Clark Range. What a night on Friday it is going to be. Once again, final score in our nightcap this evening. Upperman 66, Livingston 44. I'm Noah McKay.